All right, we're in. Ladies and gentlemen. Stream time. I gotta be honest with you, I didn't know if it was gonna happen today. But then once I get here and we all sit down, everything's fine. I gotta... Hawk posted this earlier, I said, let me start out with 1,000 bits.
I don't want to miss anything, you know what I mean?
How are we doing today, Lemmy?
Limian dropped at X1000.
You can get it to say anything after that if you typed it, but I get it. It's like being pee shy. You don't want to put something up there and have the computer read it forever. How we doing? Man, those hands, those are the Pride hand hearts from like 2020, huh? Those are old. Throwbacks. I'm still mad I didn't get that glitch, that Twitch GlitchCon one. We needed a hand heart. It's been a great day. True that. What's this reboot show about on Hulu? I see it, but only in passing. It's got Johnny Knoxville in it. An early 2000 family sitcom is rebooted, and the dysfunctional cast members must deal with their unresolved issues in today's fast-changing world. So that's what it is. It's a show about a reboot of a classic show. I mean, we're not going to watch it, but I just see it advertised places, and it's like, well, it's got Johnny Knoxville, and it looks like it's got one of the Key and Peele guys in it, but not the famous one, not the guy that makes the movies, the other guy. Oh, there it is, Keegan-Michael Key. And then only one other person gets named in the line, and Callum Worthy, I don't know who that is, even as I look at the cast ensemble. But either way. So it's like if they brought back Friends, but nobody talked about all the problems the Friends had before Friends, or after Friends. Oh yeah, there's some recently added stuff. There's a pizza cook-off one. There's something else. I added like 3 shows that hopped up on the suggested listings. There's one, I don't know if it's a reel. All right, there's one from like 2013 about catering wars, but it doesn't even look like they finished filming the season because there's only like 4 episodes. And then Final Straw, like I don't know what that is. I don't know what all these things are on my TV list. Sometimes I must read them and go, that sounds good, I'll look into it later. Catering wars, and this one's Best in Dough. And this is a pizza cooking one. But I don't know, like, how long can you watch a pizza cooking competition? Because it's like, if you... HJ, you might as well go live in Joker's basement. You just gotta tidy up a little bit and maybe clean up some puke when the kids are all upset. Why not? Why not? Go check it out. What's the worst that can happen? Kansas, Wisconsin, it's all the same shit. It's all landlocked, you know? You're all just stuck in the middle of the country. Might as well consolidate your efforts. Joker's gonna build a compound, you know? I got my reservation first. I thought about it. I can't live where it's landlocked. Even though I don't go swimming and go out, I just like knowing the ocean's nearby. I don't know, in case we ever have to storm the beach. What if British gets in the boats again and comes over here? We gotta be ready. You were born in Kansas, Wisconsin? That happens. Pay the fee, help, I'm stuck in step country. I don't even know what that means. You saw that Visser finish Little Misfortune yesterday? You should talk to him about it. He didn't get a good ending? What did he do wrong? I was gonna pop in there yesterday while he was playing. I just feel like when I go in some people's streams, then all of a sudden it's like about me, and especially when I already played the game, and I just I want to have this fun and whatever. Pay the Fee's birthday? Is this a joke you guys do, or should I actually add your name to the birthday list? He missed some of the sparkles, but is he trying to complete it? Is he a completionist? I don't know if he strikes me as a completionist kind of guy. Lemmy, some people play games and just let stuff go by. Sometimes in Zelda, you go in the little houses and they don't break all the little pots and get the rupees. No, it's actually his birthday. Hi, Skinny J. How we doing today? Zacataro's here. He mentioned it, you know you. Zacataro, 22 months. Thanks for that. How we doing today? It does repeat. All right, Pay the Fee's birthday, going on the list all day, does not repeat. No, it does repeat annually. 21st of September. I never sing that part right. You'll be home in a few, grabbing some Mexicans for food. No. Oh, yeah. Just cooking dinner. But that's why I said I should talk to him about it, not you. Heard that. And I didn't get Return to Monkey Island yet, because I don't know when we're going to have the time to play. You like the Mexicans? Why not? Drop my can of water on the floor when I was loading the fridge, and now the top is all fucked. I gotta open it with this pen. There we go. Now we're in. So that's done. You're making country ribs with rice pilaf. Amanda Jane, you're never gonna get that movie in the Discord, which I don't think you told me what you want it to be. When you're spending 100 points on hydrates. But I got it. I had a little hydrate. See, it's too close to brushing my teeth, though. Get the iced tea right in there. Get rid of the metallic taste. So sometimes I'll take my phone and I'll open up my text messages and I'll scroll all the way to the bottom and read like really old messages from like ex-employees. Dude, you think I'm joking when I say like 2 years later I won't remember who certain people are. I am reading through these messages of this girl that used to work for me and I can't picture her. I can't. I don't even remember. The name doesn't sound familiar. I can't picture this girl. There's a whole bunch of them in there, and then every person that goes after that, I'm like, I have no idea. And I don't even have people I can ask. I can go, hey, who's this person? Because I don't even remember who I would ask. I don't even know. Is it Anita Bath? No. Game worn jersey. Is it worth it? I don't know. You got a t-shirt in the mail that you can do with whatever you like. I got a couple that need to rotate out, you know? And we'll see how much, well, I gotta make, I was gonna say how much of the batch of the mac and cheese powder, but I did make a batch from scratch the other day. I weighed everything out. I had some, I liked it, but I'm never happy with anything I make. I'm never happy 100%. So then I gave it to Brandon. He made it for his family. He just had one small suggestion and knocked down the hickory. But the hickory powder in there is really powerful. As far as smell, like as soon as you open the container, you can smell it. But I only have like 3 grams in there out of a total of like 220 grams. But it's still super powerful. But it's really just the nose. It's really just the smell. So if I have enough left over of all the other stuff that goes in it, I'm probably going to make batches and probably put them in little baggies and just triple ply the baggies. I'm going to tape it up like it's drugs. And then I can send it out in padded envelopes. We'll have to wait until I get it all. I've done the math. It should be close. And if I got to scale it back where you don't get like a full cup, I could scale it back to half cups. But Lucas, you live over on the other side of the universe, don't you? There's no way it's going to get to you. And it's super expensive. I tried to mail something to Toronto, which really isn't that far away from me here in America. It's going to cost me like $75 when it cost everyone else like $16. And it's going to be perishable in a way. Enemy territory. We'll just have, I mean, if we can bring back those homing pigeons, that'd be something. Because then I could just, I mean, how much could the pigeon carry, though? You know? No, there's no saying. Who knows? All right. So I have no idea who some of these people are in my texts. All right, this is the other thing we have to find out. Kyla's here. So the other thing we have to find out is the Nintendo World. That's a Universal thing, right? That's Universal Studios is making the Nintendos. That's not Disney related. Thought you would have been more worried about customs? Guess it would be expensive? It is expensive. We gotta find out. You know how like Disney has like a premium VIP like escort package? Like if I'm Hulk Hogan and I go in there with my family and I want a VIP tour through the park, you get that, but you gotta pay a certain amount of money for it, but then you can also bring up to, let's say, 10 people. And if you do the math, maybe it comes out to $500 a person, which, all said and done, really isn't that much. We're gonna have to grease the lady too, right? So we're gonna have to throw in another 100 on top of that for each of us. But Universal has to have something like that. So we have to find out what the premium VIP tour package is, and then figure out how many people we have, and then book it and bring like 10 of us for a Nintendo experience. You're sure they do? I mean, I'm sure they do too, but we got to find out how much it is and like how we have to book it. This is what I want. 6 months out from when the Nintendo part opens, unless it's real close to something else opening. Like, let's say the Mario Kart shit's not ready yet, but it'll be open in 7 months after opening. Well, then we'll have to change it. But I want the idea that the Nintendo World opens up. Get a VIP treatment package. Big ballers only. Someone else used to ship you something and you're not sure if they ate a big cost? You live in Georgia, the country, don't you? All over there in those in between, like the European countries and Russia that all change names. There's no more Bosnia Herzegovina. There's no more Turkmenistan. I used to be big into hockey. So all the places where hockey players used to come from don't really exist anymore. They got all absorbed by other places. I don't know why Carly Rae Jepsen didn't catch on here more. This is Carly Rae Jepsen singing a song that's not Call Me Maybe. You think both those countries exist? I thought they got absorbed. I didn't think they exist anymore. VIP experience for Universal starts at $379, but there's got to be big packages. Are you just looking on the website? That's never gonna have the shit. The website's not gonna have the ball of stuff. You gotta Google for that and find someone's YouTube video where they have the VIP guided tour. Doesn't Disney do a guided tour? It's for one person, one day. That doesn't seem any less expensive. I mean, if I went to Universal myself, what would it cost me by myself? I'm thinking it's $150, right? A family of four is like $1,000. So one guy going by himself. Bosnia and Herzegovina was a bit different with Yugoslavia. Because I was going through YouTube today, and one of those videos popped up where someone's like, Disney is trying to raise prices to keep people out. No. Here's what they did. I went to Disney like 20 years ago. I wasn't 30 yet. But it was a different experience than I would imagine it would be now, because I didn't see people wearing Crocs and getting in fist fights like I see on other videos. So it's like any other premium experience. Like I talk about Instacart and DoorDash and all that. It starts out at a certain level where only the people get it that can really afford it, and then everybody thinks they deserve to get it. So then they get it and they don't really tip, and then they go, well, bullshit, I'm paying for the service. And it's like, that's what premium experiences mean. Like, if you can't afford it the whole way, like, maybe it's not for you. Maybe you got to run and go get your own food. So this guy was talking about how Disney is pricing out regular people being able to afford it. And to that, I say fantastic. The less regular people that are there to ruin the experience. I don't know if you've noticed this, but regular people are the worst. And I couldn't imagine spending a huge amount of money to go somewhere and then have it ruined by regular people. You know? So if they're pricing it to keep regular people out, they're just enhancing the experience for the other people to go. It shouldn't be. There has to be a barrier entry to stuff, right? Or else you just might as well go to, what's the one in Ohio? Kings Island or the Cedar Point? Just go there. Just go there and it's tons of regular people and it's a quarter of the price and it's no big deal. I want it. I want it to be expensive so the riffraff aren't there. UPP's there. What am I seeing is around $3,000 for a group of 5 UPP. That's the kind of numbers I'm talking about. You're saying $3,000 for a group of 5. That ain't bad. All right. But see, that is like you're trading your money for time, which is all money is. Money is a way to exchange your time. So if I have to pay this amount of money, it might seem expensive, but if you're telling me I don't have to wait in a line all day, I could, feasibly go on twice as many rides, then it makes it worth it. Crocs and fistfights sounds like my kind of show. What's up, Crimson? How we doing? You want me to take away from the chat? Oh, Bosnia. Have I ever gone to an all-inclusive resort? I have. You would rather Disney starts putting barriers to entry, but that's you? Right. $6,000 for a group of 10. So that's $600 a head. Let's do easy math. So it's $600 a person, which really, it doesn't seem that bad. If you're telling me I'm not waiting in line and someone's guiding me around, it does look like that $3,000 is without ticket costs. Look, get me on the phone. I mean, that's the other thing too. I'm not just calling up with my credit card ready going, all right, here's what I'm buying. I'm gonna put, can we get a bowl of fruit? Like, what do we got? Can we all get a hat? Throw in a hat and a t-shirt. What do you pay for that there? $50? I'm gonna give you an extra 10 a head. You're gonna throw a hat and a shirt in for everybody. The good tickets are like $200 a day, right? I will pay 3 times the regular ticket if I don't have to wait in any lines and I don't have to mill around. Are you gonna bring me to a private air-conditioned area in the back where you'll bring me chicken tenders and fries? Little barbecue sauce for dipping? I'm in. I paid $3,000 for a group of 5 and only got this stupid shirt. But like, what if you got in free? So let's swing it the other way, right? So you get into Disney for free and you got to wait in line like 3 hours for a ride. And like, you got to wait in line 2 hours to get food. Like, that sucks. It doesn't matter if it's free. That's a shitty experience and it's a waste of a day. It doesn't matter that you got in free. You didn't really get to experience it. So then you move the money versus the time thing. Now all of a sudden, everything's coming up Millhouse. Disney's a joke hard pass, right? But we're talking about Universal for the Nintendo world. You ready to donate your body to the cause? You be the token handicap guy? I mean, that's true. So we write one person off as UPP's caregiver and then UPP and we see if that gets us a discount at all, Maybe we put UPP on the phone and you do a little bit of a cough. You do a little Tiny Tim little, like something that sounds like it's congenital, You just, hey, how you doing? And then maybe that'll come on it. You haven't gone to Disney since before the pandemic, and that's probably a good thing. Yes. Atlanta has Six Flags, which is decent for the money and time, so it's good, but no Disney. It's like if Warner Brothers tried to make Disney. What are you going? I'm just talking about it. I want to go for 6 to 7 months after Nintendo World opens. That's what I'm looking forward to. Just get a paraplegic friend. You had one in high school and you got to skip so much shit. Well, UPP's got the powered wheelchair. It's got a winch on it. It's got a whole thing. Right. Do you use a USB mic or an XLR? It's an XLR. I have an XLR that goes into the Rodecaster Pro. Rodecaster Pro has a bunch of like programmed sound buttons in it. It can handle 4 XLR microphones, an aux in, a Bluetooth, and then it has stuff like this. Coming up on tonight's show, it's not really hammered out. We don't really know what we're going to do. We're going to start off watching a little F Word, maybe Crash Word after that. Plenty of options. It's Pay the Fee's birthday. This, so much more. It's all coming up tonight. Stay tuned. Right. See? So there's that. Oh, Water Lily's here. How we doing, Water Lily? What is going on? The problem with Disney is it's the exact same shit that it was 20 years ago. Well, I mean, as an adult, I'm not really interested to go to Disney at all. Like I said, I went to Disney when I was like 28, and I knew if I didn't go then, I was never going to go, because I knew I was never having children, so it was going to be one of those like, well, maybe in 30 years when I have kids. No. You know, somebody used their little bro as cerebral palsy to get good parking spots. No shit. You're good counting down the days till you go to the States again to come see Eons of Ian? Still together after all this time. It's been well over a year. Was he like a year and a half at this point? Shit. I don't know why that hit like that. You want to go to Disney? Just to say you went, since both parks are equidistant. Oh yeah, you gonna come for TwitchCon? It's 14 months. That's since it was official. You guys were definitely getting down when he came to my house to cook, and that was in May of 2021? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that's it. 14. Here I am trying to do math. And that was it. Six Flags New England has always been fun. I haven't been there in forever either. I was gonna drive down to New Jersey and go to that one with Tipsy Tune, but he blew me off like my name's Stanley. TwitchCon, Mexico, back to Boston, Vegas for Halloween, World Tour, Water Lily, nice. Making that big Canadian nurse money. Make it rain on these hoes. Oh my God. Right as I say big nurse money, like, fuck it, I quit my job. What better thing to do then? Gallivant around town. I did not go to Action Park. So you can spend 7 weeks. Why not ask Tipsy right now? Because you reach a certain point where you ask somebody and you get yeah, and then you go, this guy's not down with it. And that's fine. Because now the longer that we've gotten to know each other, I don't think it would be super fun. Because I don't think our antics match up. I don't think we would have fun doing the same type of thing. And there's a website called like halfway.com. You can put 2 locations in, it'll tell you halfway. And I know Pickled Gingers live somewhere up in upstate New York. So I put Albany. And from me to Albany, or from me to halfway, and Albany to halfway is Six Flags here in Massachusetts. Because it's way out in the middle. HJ and Water Lily at the Corny Mansion. That really is like less than 3 weeks away, isn't it? It's so close. Because I have it marked on the calendar and I was putting stuff together for October and I saw it. Yeah, it's like that weekend. So close. Yeah. 2 Sundays from now, it'll be over. You got your plane tickets and the time off from work? It's going to be big. So then you're going to go to TwitchCon, Corny Mansion, Mexico, then to Boston, then over to Vegas. So you're just taking 7 weeks off and gallivanting around town, you and Ian, thick as thieves, Bonnie and Clyde shit. Sounds fun. This will be the first trip west of the Rockies. The first trip solo that wasn't visiting family. That's the kind of shit they would put at the bottom of the screen if we were watching like 90 Day Fiance and they show you getting on the plane. Be a little pop-up video type thing. You can't believe 2020 was 2 years ago. I mean, you should hear me talk most of the time. I'm always like, do you believe that this was this amount of time ago? And most people do.
Come here.
Oh, huggy hugs.
So, can't believe 2006 wasn't yesterday. Sometimes I find myself going, oh, we just played. I did that the other day when I was going through the Steam library and I saw games I feel like we just played and it was like a year ago. It was August of 2021. And I'm like, it still feels new. It feels real to me, damn it. All right, Pay the Fee is on in the birthday calendar, so we won't forget next year. Don't worry about that. I don't know what some of these shows are that I have saved on my Hulu, but that's no matter. You're baking Smartie cookies and bringing a crap ton of coffee crisps for all you American peeps. Sorry. Time has flown by again. It's been a wild time. Everybody's time here on Twitch has been wild. We all hear all the controversy going on Twitch. Two guys with very similar names accused of two different things. And it makes it hard when you're on Twitter and everyone's complaining about everybody all at once to separate who's the asshole here. What's going on? Have you ever made fudge bark? 4,000 points till you get the movie redemption? You still won't tell us what movie it is. Oh shit. That starts right up. You also only need 4,000 for the movie, but you don't come to any of the regular movies. Speaking of which, Mean Girls. What a segue. Mean Girls. We're going to watch that Sunday, October 2nd. That's 2 Sundays away. This Sunday, the non-baking baking stream. No, the non-streaming baking stream. So we'll have that going for us. It's way easier if I just get up, smoke a bowl, and start baking. Way better than setting up the cameras. I realized it didn't make sense. You're just not a big movie watcher nowadays. It's not about watching the movie, Crimson. It's about a sense of community. It's about feeling like you're part of something. It's a shared cultural experience. You remember when Mean Girls came out all those years ago? You have 154.8. You have no clue what to spend it on. Well, you never know what I'm going to add. Stuff gets turned off, turned on. We do have to figure out when we're going to put the Pinguino suit back up for a Christmas reading because we didn't hit the total last year. So the Pinguino suit has stayed in the closet. Are you able to redeem them for Zach to get an actual sense of humor? We could make that one. All right. So right now the preliminary numbers is $6,000 for 5 people. No, for 10 people. Is that what we said? See? But there are no lines. You redeem them for HGA to have some fucking humanity. I don't think that's possible. Hopefully, I didn't have any of the spare time to change broadcasting softwares, but hopefully this doesn't give us any trouble today, like it did on Sunday. What a pain in the ass that was. Nothing was working. Well, it's not nothing. It's the whole broadcasting shit. All right, this is up. This is up. We're gonna blow this full screen. Sunday was a great stream. I appreciate that. I was a little angry because I couldn't do everything I wanted to do. And then we talked about it, and I have to migrate over to the other one, but that means I got to redirect all the buttons I have down here on the board and everything, and it's a lot of like bullshit, unrewarding work. It's one of those, the rewards will come later when I'm not stressed out about whether the software is going to stop working. But we turn this down, we turn this off. Oh, what do we got? studio cam. I didn't know if you were able to see the roadcaster, but it is too far. It's too far over here, and I can't really pull it up and hold it up. My shirt says "fuck you, you fucking fuck" on it, in case you're trying to figure it out. Oh no, not that one. This one's off. All right. Is that my day off shirt? It used to be my Friday night shirt. I would wear this under my black chef jacket on Fridays. And then when service started to bother me, I could just pull the buttons back a little bit, and then they would know what was there, and they'd be like, "Come on, I'm serious." But I did used to wear it to work. It's a good shirt. It's speaking of work, I'm dreading going back tomorrow. I haven't been filled with a dread of going to work as I have at this place in a very long time. It's a very long time ago. That's why I was going through some of my old text messages. I'm like, maybe I can read something that reminds me of shittier work times in days gone by. It's not still a shit show. It's like right as you fix something, then something else happens. Like we fix one hole in like one part of the staff, and then what I really can't ever get used to, and it's one of the main reasons why I stopped doing it, is like the overall I'm gonna just call it cowardice. I'm gonna say it's just people that like they want something, so you give them a roadmap of how this thing's gonna happen, and then they agree, and you're like, okay, so you do this thing for this week, and then we'll get you on this thing for this week, and then we'll move forward from there. And then like halfway through the first week, they're like, you know what, I don't want to do this deal, and then they just disappear. And now I never call people. The rest of the staff can call people. I never call and go, hey, what's going on? Because I'm not going to give you another opportunity to tell me to go fuck myself. Like, called no-showed today. But, like, we sat down 2 days ago, and we did this, and we talked about this, and you said yeah, and everything seemed fine, and I gave you plenty of opportunity to say, like, if this doesn't work, like, let me know now so I can come up with other solutions. So you didn't even give me a chance to fix it. You just, like, went out of your way to kind of fuck me over, and then you don't even have the common courtesy to pick up the phone and tell me, like, you're all done and go fuck myself. You just ghost me, and you ghost the rest of your staff. And that's what I always, like... That's what always bothers me too, is like, you're friends with the rest of these people. Like, at least these people, they're your age, and and like you guys hung out at least once or twice, and then like to just turn your back on them and not answer their texts and not being like, tell Jim to go fuck himself. Nothing. You just leave them all fucking ghosted and on red and shit. But like, it happens just constantly. No matter how much you try to defend against it, it just happens. But you as the boss can't give up on giving people chances and setting them up. You can't just throw your hands up and go, well, you're going to end up fucking me anyhow. Plenty of bosses do, and those bosses are shitty bosses. But like, you try to make everybody happy and you agree on the terms, and then they just, now, you know what? All of a sudden it's been 2 days. Nothing else has changed, but I've decided that those terms don't work anymore. So rather than discussing it and rework the terms, I'm just going to never talk to you again. It's just so strange. Yeah, I went back to work in restaurants, Water Lily. This kid I used to work with called me, and he's the general manager of this restaurant, and he wanted me to come be his assistant, and then he's on vacation this week. And they're not doing it to me. They're just doing it because they're like idiots and they don't know any better. But to me, it just never sounds like the right solution. It's never like, you know what? I'm just never going to talk to anybody that works there again. But I mean, it's cowardice. It's just they're afraid. They're afraid of, like, I don't know, me doing something. I don't know. I don't know what they're afraid of. And I don't know why they would just turn their back on their, like, coworkers like that. Again, I can take it if you tell me to go fuck myself. I get it. But, like, to just not answer the staff when they're like, hey, man, are you all right? At least tell me you're all right. When one girl messages another girl and goes, hey, just at least tell me you're all right, and then you leave her on red, like, you're a giant asshole. You know? You can't just go, I'm okay, I'm not working there anymore. Like, it's literally the least you have to do, and it's no interaction. You just type with your little coward thumbs. But you don't. You just, nah, fuck all those people. So that's it. All your time here just undoes it all. It's just fucking, it's just gross. And it's like, to me, it's like, well, that's the kind of person they are, and they're never going to change. And like, even if you run into them again, like, don't ever give them the opportunity to do that to you again, because they've already told you the type of person they are. You've said, just let me know you're okay. And they're like, nah, fuck you, you know? The time and money wasted, yeah. You just try to set it up so everybody else's life is easier too. So we all have a part to play. And then when you're just like, yeah, I'm not going to do this. Now everybody's got to work harder to pick up your slack, and things aren't as smooth as they should be, but we could have fixed it, you know? You had people calling in at 5:59 for their 6 shift. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I got a lady that calls out. I mean, this is a grown lady with children, and she calls out or calls me to say 3 times a week out of her 5 days that she has to work is probably generous. It's almost every shift. Hey, I was late leaving the house. I'm just getting off exit 2. You're already 15 minutes late. And then I always like, if you were going to lie about how you're going to be late, you're fucking me over twice. So 1, you're already late, and you tell me you're at exit 2, and I know exit 2 is 8 minutes away, and you tell me you're going to be here in 5 minutes. Like, that doesn't work either. You know, you just tell me you're going to be another 20, whatever it is. Tell me you're going to be a half hour and show up in 15 and look like a hero. Don't tell me you're going to be here in 5 and then show up in 15. Yeah. People have done that at your store multiple times. Yeah, it's the worst. It's just not the way to be. And nobody ever says that. It's just like nobody ever admits being a bad driver. No one's ever like, well, you should see me behind the wheel. It's a white knuckle, crazy cannonball run. You never know what's going to happen. But there's bad drivers out there. There's people who fucking do stupid shit all the time. But no one's like, ugh. Nobody's ever like, man, I'm the worst employee. I am dog shit. I don't listen. I show up when I want. Nobody ever does that. They never sit around with their friends going, man, I am the worst. You could never at your job be like those people, like you're kind of the person who clocks in 10 minutes early. Because you count the pennies. Joe Webb's so guilty because he got written up for being tardy because he kept clocking in. It's 7:01 and 7:03. See, that's the shit where it's like, why would they punish you for that? Those are people that don't know how good it is that you at least show up. And now they try to punish you for fucking clocking in, but that's why you just quit and leave them fucked, you know? You're traumatized because the building manager of our company wrote you up? Jesus. That sounds fucked. One of your employees tried to be clocked in and then make sure her kids were all right with the babysitter and their meds and stuff. You got to do that before the house. Yeah. Happened in February and you're still so angry. Yeah. I mean, I don't really bust anyone's balls under 10 minutes because if your whole day hinges on whether someone's like 5-10 minutes late, then you got to rework your entire game plan because it's a bad plan if you start with someone's 10 minutes late and now the whole day is fucked. That's bad. You shouldn't put yourself in that position. You either need to hire and have someone else on or whatever. LG's, what's up? How we doing? We're watching a little F word as soon as Grandpa Jimmy stops telling about his work stories. I'm just showing people when it, like, I think a lot of people that have office jobs, they don't really understand because they work with like the same people every day and everything. But like, if you're on your feet and you're moving around and like your job really hinges on everybody kind of showing up to make it all work, it's different. Like if you work in a call center and 2 people call out, it's like, man, now there's less dead times between when the phone rings a bunch of times, or the phone still continues to ring all the time and it never stops. And it doesn't matter if there's 10 people or 100 people here. But other stuff where it's just like, I'm just going to lie to everybody, get what I want, and then I'm just going to leave. Half hour, the whole shift. You refuse to do work off the clock. I try to do that. I don't talk. If staff comes in and they walk by the office on the way to the punch-in screen, and they're like, hey, Jim, how's it going today? I'm like, go punch in first. Like, we're not going to start the ball rolling, like, while you're working for free and all that. Like, get all punched in, get set up, get ready to go, and then we'll do the debrief, and then we'll do all that. What's up, Hawk? How you doing today? You love it when people no-call, no-show, and you're all alone in a very busy store. Right, Carla? Like, just giant assholes. But you've never sat around with your friends, and they go, oh, I no-call, no-show all the time. Oh, why didn't this show up? Oh, is this how this is going to be? Is this really not going to show up right now? Hmm. Hmm. Well, thanks for coming out for tonight's show, everybody. It's Survivor time. New season tonight. You're going to step away to watch. Nice talking with you too, Lily. We'll see you soon. You retail pharmacy, it matters, but you still chill. But call off the whole day. Fuck me, right? All right, here we go. Damn. I thought that was going to be it. You took a long rest. You didn't mean to. It just kind of happened. But now you'll be more energized. We're ready to go. Season 2, Episode 3. Gordon Ramsay's The F Word. Let's go. Used to work at Target. You honestly love being on your feet? But honestly, you work a 9-to-5 office job. It's just more predictable. Yeah, see, that's all the reasons like I couldn't do that. But here at this corporate restaurant, all these fucking bullshit Zoom meetings and stuff we have to do. I told the guy the other day, I'm like, if you told me there was even a fraction of the fucking meetings we have to do, I never would have taken this job. It's fucking ridiculous. Because at the end, I'm left going, what the fuck was any of that? What did we do? What did we learn? We were just not out monitoring the floor right now, doing the thing that makes money. My thing is, like, we got to be doing the stuff that makes money, right? I think you missed a message about threadbare shifts, Jim. I think I did.
Let me down. Yeah. Right, stoves on. Get these lit straight away.
I'll scroll up.
I don't like this. I'm making a hash of it.
You should know exactly how to light the fucking stove by now.
No, we did before, but
You did before. Fuck me, we're in for a tough night, no? Right, ladies. Yes. There's 12 tables out there. And the first course is scrambled eggs. You're going to do one table each.
I think these ladies kill it. This could have been an email as a slogan in meetings, right?
Right, Kerry. 5 scrambled eggs away.
Well, because the other thing, too, is, like, we don't really ever get in trouble for anything. It's just more coaching on how to get the numbers closer to what we want. And it's like, well, I know how to fix it. We need to have everybody show up. But when they don't show up, no amount of tactics is going to fix that. We need the full team here in order to win a game.
okay. Didn't realise we were doing stuff simultaneous.
Listen, ladies, the only
Fast food lives by threadbare shifts. They don't want the labor having one extra person on, even if 3 or no call, no shows. No, exactly. And then that makes me get to the point of, like, that's it. Everybody comes in for every shift, and then we send everybody home.
5 portions of scrambled egg. 4 portions, 5 portions, 4 portions, 4 portions. 3 in a frying pan, and that's it.
We're going to get so much to split this now. Yes.
Taste that, Kerry. And tell me the first thing you taste in your mouth. Quick.
Salt.
Egg.
It's burnt. You can't.
Retail is hell on earth. You don't care if it's Target or Walmart. Oh, no, it's all terrible.
What is that?
Oh, there's eggs on the bottom of the pan. That's not where you're supposed to have that.
Sorry.
How's that?
Really.
Oh, no. That's because of these French tops.
Get it in the bin and start again.
Imagine not being able to cook eggs.
So the brigade I've got actually think they can hack it. Kerry, Kate, Rebecca, and Nicola.
I'm Rebecca. I have quite a lot of friends over for dinner, so I get lots of practice, but maybe more important to me is the aesthetics and perfection of the food.
I'm Kerry. I'm incredibly enthusiastic about food.
These are Pinterest ladies before Pinterest was a thing.
My own Thai green curry paste.
Yeah, why not? Eat the woody end.
I tap quite a lot, so I know what food should be like, should taste like, should look like.
I just hammer my salmon at home. Nobody ever complains. So I think that's how you cook salmon. Hammer time.
Following instructions, so I
Prosciutto wrap, brilliant, but the asparagus is already blanched. How you gonna cook the prosciutto when the asparagus is already done? Unless you're just gonna have cold. Oh, you are. Oh, you just. Oh my God! Look at this. It's not even a completed dish. It's like a landing pad for the rest of the salad. You're telling me you're gonna bring me over 5 giant pieces of blanched asparagus wrapped in raw prosciutto drizzled in olive oil, and this is a side. You have this with a steak. Look at that. Oh, there's some parm flake on there. Just a little little parm flake on there. That ups it.
That's our mission. We want to be the best. We will be.
My grandfather, whenever he makes turkey burger, is constantly undercooked. Yeah, people never complain.
They're burnt as well. Show me. Lift the pan up.
Oh my God, it's fucking mushrooms. How do you even burn mushrooms? It's because they're not used to this and they don't know how to move the things around with the heat.
We've been cooking now.
And Seareed was here earlier and I didn't say hi. So if you're listening to the replay at work, Seareed, or if you're still here, hello, how are you today?
At least thought that you could
Grandpa Jimmy was in the middle of one of his rants and I heard the... What's a chicken cutlet?
5 more portions together, and then we follow suit again.
Okay, yeah.
So scrambled egg with wild mushrooms.
Who has that?
Shallots.
I think it's all of us. Or did I make it just Sweet Face?
And we get our mushrooms in, yes?
Hi, how are you?
There it is.
Fantastic way to use wild mushrooms. The richness of the scrambled egg really sets off the earthy flavour of the mushrooms.
Toast.
Scrambled eggs with good mushrooms is fucking nice. This whole dish, this is good.
Working. Water's coming out of the mushroom. We're getting some colour on there. And more
Toast with some garlic butter. Some French-style scrambled eggs.
Yes. 15 eggs.
Roast mushrooms. Nice.
Yeah, 5 in there. Knob of butter in each one. Yes. And then start. Off and on. Yeah.
Literally moving that quickly.
Off and on. Yeah, well, I mean, we've got to be that quick. Can I just say, we haven't served anyone yet. You know that?
We're just trying to get the timings right. So
Timing's right. You just gotta cook eggs.
Kerry. I started you off slowly, and then it all went a little bit pear-shaped. Creme fraiche, chives, whisk in.
Creme fraiche.
Right. Even now, the scrambled egg is still cooking. Yeah, that's right. Just remember one thing, this is not fucking breakfast in bed. These diners are paying for this food, do you understand? So it has to be...
See, it's not breakfast in bed.
You might think scrambled egg is just
Oh,
for
yeah.
breakfast, but combined with luxurious
Oh,
wild
yeah.
mushrooms, it makes a great starter.
Oh, yeah.
Garlic out, goodbye for the garlic, and then just scatter them around. Clean the plates, please. Okay. Right, ladies, we happy with that?
You learned the French style recently. You did them with poached eggs, toast and butter, and smoked salmon. Very nice.
We communicate to one another, okay?
Yes, Gordon.
Yeah? Kerry, Nicola, let's go, yeah?
Okay.
Okay. Right, Nicola.
You don't notice that all that shit's on fire? You know, I say that all. I'm like, you don't hear that? You don't hear the timer going off? You don't see all this smoke out here? You don't know this is all going on?
Complaining about the smell of the burn in the restaurant.
What can I do?
No, I don't know. I tell you.
Open the window or open the door, do something. Fucking use your brain. I'm not interested in blaming anything. Look, we're fucking kitchens caked in smoke. We fucking wasted over 200 eggs and fuck it all been so...
I bet they really did waste over 200 eggs.
Trying to work out which side Darren Goff bats for.
I mean, this guy.
So you like dancing? You got 2 earrings, you got a pink t-shirt, you play a girl's game. Anything you want to tell me?
Hugh Furley Whittingstall sees trouble ahead in my back garden.
They seem really quite locked onto the idea that these pigs are here eventually to be eaten. And to be honest, it's Gordon I'm worried about.
And when
Oh,
we get
Gordon takes them to the butcher.
hungry and restless,
He cries. It's a whole thing.
Scrambled eggs, but right now I'm fucking shitting.
You thought the fog machine guys just wanted to add some pizzazz to the scene, right? Look at it. It's still hanging in the air there.
Scrambled eggs.
And then this weird editing here. It's like, I don't know. 6 seconds on the title screen, 3 seconds of black, redo the last 4 seconds of the opening again. Sure, why not?
We're a little bit in the fucking caca, yeah?
After these messages, we'll be right back. Bomb.
I'm excited about scrambled eggs, but right now I'm fucking shitting myself. You know that? This is not scrambled egg. This is a fucking... So I know they've been waiting for fucking ages. Hey, it's like a fucking war zone. Wouldn't be so bad if we're fucking cooking something complicated. Scrambled eggs.
What can I say, man?
It's been an hour and a half since the diners sat down, and 2/3 of the dining room are still to be served their scrambled egg with wild mushrooms.
I'm fed up. I'm thinking I fancy going down the pub. We've been waiting too long.
Come on.
Oh, Jesus. Those are some delicious looking eggs. True that.
Listen, 4 covers table 2, 4 scrambled egg, 4 black bream, 4 sabayon. No answer.
Yes, Gordon. Yes, Gordon.
What did he say, Breen? They're having fish in the middle?
Your part
That's not bad.
It'd be nice if you could answer. I'll call it out again.
Scrambled eggs. Oh, so then it's eggs all the way around? Because Sauvignon, they're going to do like fresh berries with a little Sauvignon's like hollandaise that you make with like champagne. What's up, Joker? How we doing today? I was trying to talk HJ into moving into your basement apartment there. She got a lot of big deals closing at the office. She can't leave. Yeah, we'll see. I said she can go there and just kind of warm it up for me. You know what I mean? Get that new apartment smell out of it. He said there's 2 rooms down there, I think.
Put the spoon down and put the plate up. Let's go. Good. That's it.
It was a nice texture. It wasn't too dry. Had a nice flavour. It was seasoned.
2 bedrooms, the main room and a bathroom. See?
Good evening. Apparently you weren't happy with the scrambled eggs. Would you like your scrambled eggs?
Do the full walkthrough? Right, because now we just have to put it together from snapshots.
Scrambled eggs are served slightly runny.
But today's bathroom and kitchen reveal was nice.
I seasoned those scrambled eggs.
What did you eat before you tasted these scrambled eggs? You must have eaten something else because that was bland. There was no flavour in that. You can do better than that.
I can see quite
Wow.
clearly you're a lady who likes her food. Unfortunately, you've got a fucking bland palate.
I mean, the eggs are covered in chives, so to say that they're bad, that says more about you. Unless you're telling me the chives came out of the ground and God forgot to put the flavor in it, I guess. You're in cookie dough heaven, so you're currently appeased. Anyone want to fight? What's going on, Rebecca? Droger and HJ living in a house with all those kids would be one hell of a reality show, right?
Before I get these girls on the main course, God help me. Here's what happened when I...
And then I'm upstairs and we call the show What's Cooking? And then HJ's downstairs and I'm upstairs making lunch for everybody. And then as soon as lunch goes out, it's like it's one of them Amish bond raisings. Lunch goes out and then we start right in on dinner. First episode, it's you and the wife, and you leave the kids with me and HJ. HJ would be fine with all that. Rebecca, oh no, Lemmy Ann gave Rebecca one of them gifted subs. See, Rebecca?
What if he doesn't do anything?
My job on a Sunday is to eat lunch at the head of the table, smoke 500 cigarettes, and watch a Grand Prix.
And surely he drives you to school in the quickest... No.
Why did they edit out those paintings in the background? Why are those blurred out? Is that some sort of artist work that didn't want them reproduced on TV? Because they don't seem like they would be racy. It's not like some lady holding open her butthole and they're like, well, we can't show that. And he's like, but this is my prized possession. This is the crown jewel of the whole collection.
Poached lobster, just done plainly. Beautiful watercress salad, potatoes, and we're going to make an aioli.
That's the thing around a nipple. Ooh, I'm not sure I want to eat somebody's aioli.
No. It's a garlic saffron mayonnaise.
Can you fight Hawk or Zach? Hawk's ripped.
Yeah, always get one.
Yeah.
Mightn't be very big, but you always get one, at least. Yeah, and I put the pots in a couple of days ago.
He's a former Hell's Kitchen chef. She's a housekeeper. They're roommates in this dude's renovated basement. What wacky chaos will ensue from all this? Saturday nights, 10 p.m. on Fox. Check it out.
Right, guys, Gordon's got it.
This motherfucker catching lobsters right out of his backyard? This fucking guy. You can't keep that one. You gotta throw that one back.
His life might be huge, but his lobsters are disappointingly small.
Jack, come here, look.
No Sunday lunch on this performance.
Look, say goodbye.
Yeah, well, but the thing, it doesn't matter, because we can just get a boat and go out there. We'll be fine, honestly, trust me. Lunch is out there. It's just to find.
That would be fucking pretty baller. I mean, it happens around here. There was that Seinfeld episode where you don't like the small one, you can't eat them when they're that small. They have like a special little like ruler thing, and you gotta hold each one like to it and measure from like the crown on its forehead to where the tail first hits the body, and I think it's got to be 6 inches. I'm not exactly sure, but they all have to be. And then you got to check them, make sure they're not pregnant underneath. Any pregnant ones got to go back in. They usually try to throw females back in, period, whether they're pregnant or not.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't bad, was it?
No, that's a good haul.
Quick, have a look.
I mean, that one made it look like he just pulled it right out of the ocean, right? But why was it already banded around its claws? You didn't get that out of the water like that. Hold on.
The salty sea dog.
Could you use it for stock? No. It's a sustainability thing. It's not that they're bad. You're doing it so they can live longer.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't bad, was it?
No, that's a good.
They never showed him banding it, but there it is with a rubber band on its claw.
Quick, have a look.
It's like bass fishing. Smallmouth bass is supposed to be 15-inch, right?
Listen, we've got elastic bands. Of course they're real. There you go. Look. See? Go and have a look in the rock pools, okay? I'll get these cooked, yes?
Lobster
You ever gone by the water and seen like the little tide pools like he's talking about? The little rock pools? Tide comes in, everything goes and lives in these little like puddles, and then when the tide goes out, everything's just kind of stuck there until it comes back. And sometimes there's like a pool area like the size of like a little kid's swimming pool with like 30 starfish in it. Oh, my head. What's a tide pool? It's just little like puddles. It's little indentations in the shore, so when the tide comes in.
Yeah, and I'll show you how to make the perfect aioli. Have you seen our eggs? These are our chicken. They're called Cotswold leg bars or something or other, and they lay blue eggs. And then we've got those that lay brown ones. That's David Beckham. That's Sol Campbell and Paul Scholes.
And Rooney?
No, because they were named before Rooney, and anyway, we don't have a chicken that stupid. You want it separating?
You thought the humane thing was to put them in water? I don't believe that they can feel anything, and I don't believe it matters.
Lemon juice and olive oil and blitz.
There we go.
I mean, I literally pull them apart while they're still alive. I take the claws and the tails off while they're still alive and kicking. And I cook the tails and the claws, and then I save the bodies for when I do stock. I very rarely boil whole lobsters all at once. It just makes a mess. And you don't really need anything that's in the body, and that's where like the liver and the brain is and stuff. That's why you see like little green streaks on the meat sometimes. It's because all of the lobster body is connected. It's all just one big tube. There's nothing that like divides it, right? Just like us, it's all one big tube. So he's never taken the shit sack out.
That unfortunately.
I've eaten that so many times.
And you know when you think like you come across a piece of spinach, you think, Christ, a little bit.
No, lobsters didn't lay those eggs.
Right, I've got to get the crap out of these ones.
If you do get whole boiled lobsters, you hold them upside down and then kind of crack the tip of the claws, and then that'll drain all the water out. But it's such a pain in the ass. Like, you're doing a whole lobster and the water just leaks out everywhere. There's so much that gets trapped in the body. All that milky white stuff, that's all like the lobster equivalent of like the silver skin that holds their muscles to the shell. How am I doing, streamer? It's going all right. I mean, I pretty much already ranted for a half hour about life and all that. But it's all good.
Okay, Matilda, fairly small amount is what I'd suggest.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
There's all this controversy online about these crazy groomer streamers and stuff, and all these women coming forward and being sexually harassed, and there's never any window of opportunity for me to go, but what about all the sexual harassment I endure? What about my unwanted sexual harassment? Who do I complain to that? Because this is all like it's all a serious topic.
There's no element of stress because you haven't got cats here in your family.
And then just weird, we'll just commercial break now.
Now's the time to draw back the respect of the dining room and make up for the shit that we created with the scrambled eggs. Okay? Let's go. 4 bream away. 4 bream away.
Yes, chef.
Sea bream?
For your first. 1.5. Good. Thank you.
1.5, flip it, 1.5 more. It's a 3-minute fish.
Now, confident. And Nicola, the stove's clean. Keep it up.
Awkward Twitch streamers who got none in high school or college, low-key sexual harassers? Right. Or it's like the frat boy kind of mentality. You made another bookmark and barbecue chicken? How'd you barbecue the chicken? Is it just legs and thighs, or did you just do a whole chicken?
It's dainty, delicate, and it tastes fantastic.
Bone.
Run upstairs.
Oh.
Nick your wife's little tweezers. And
Nah.
they're perfect for pulling out the bones.
They make specific tweezers for that, so you don't have to buy home-use tweezers.
Cling film.
Really nice, fragrant basil leaves.
No, remember she knitted bookmarks the other day, and I thought it was an extra-large penis koozie.
On top of the basil.
You know the famous nerd thing is also a thing, like because they didn't get it before they... Yeah, well, I talk about all the time, like...
A beautiful little parcel. And now that's
Handling newly found power is very difficult. It's why, like, sexual harassment stuff happens. It's like all the same thing. It's very hard to be in charge for younger people that don't have a lot of life experience and know, like, where the boundaries are and stuff you shouldn't say, even in a joking manner. But a lot of people that are new to it, they don't know. They test the boundaries. But then it's all like the Louis C.K. stuff, right? He asked girls if he could jerk off in front of him, and they all said yes. And then he's like, okay, cool. And then he did. But, like, he's still the boss, and there's still a fear in the people you're asking that there could be some repercussion if they didn't comply. So then they comply, but they didn't really want to comply. But then he goes, yeah, but I asked him. You know, it's tough to navigate. That's why you just don't do it.
under the fish and just lift it up. Look at it. The quality of that bream is extraordinary.
Oh, chicken breast with barbecue seasoning and sauce. Nice.
With a little drizzle of extra virgin olive oil.
Peas and bacon is super good, especially fresh peas like that.
One put the onions on, one does the bream. Come on. You've got to work as a team now.
You really despise working with cling film. You can't even make a double blanket. Home use cling film is completely different than industrial use cling film. And anybody that's ever worked in a restaurant and used the big rolls of cling film will tell you that. When I use it at home, I'm like, what is this? It's not the same stuff. Because 16-year-olds don't know how to say no, and they don't know boundaries, or that they can't say no. Not just 16-year-olds, anybody. And I think there's people that think like, oh, I'm the boss now, I can be a little... But when you're the boss, you have to do extra care to not put yourself in a position where anything you say could be misconstrued as a quid pro quo. Hey, maybe you come in and help me with inventory Sunday night and we have a few beers and see what happens. A lot of people say that and think it's funny. But if you're a young person and your boss is saying that to you, it's not that funny. They were in a position of power, and I was scared of the repercussions if I said no. Very common, right?
Come on, let's go then. Peas and mushrooms on the plate. Yeah? No, look, listen to me. The belly's at the bottom. Silver is the bottom. That's the top. Good. Nice and gently. Come on, plate. Down, Kate. Wipe the plate.
That's why you were mad at those wrestling fucks trying to defend Vince McMahon, right?
All the same way up, please, yeah? All the same way up. Come on.
And it's like the Marilyn Manson thing, right? You find out he really was sexually abusing and torturing all his girlfriends, but that's everything everybody said in jest when it was happening. You're like, you don't think this guy's trying to put fucking weird things in people's asses when they're not paying attention? And everyone's like, no, it's all consensual. They're just weird. You don't understand. And then all these years later, everyone comes out and goes, oh my God, I was trapped in his house for a month and he used to put hairbrushes up my ass. And I'm like, I told you, everybody said this. And then same thing with Vince, right? He's out there. I mean, when Vince had all those allegations, that's like his last hurrah as far as being able to be as ripped as he was and be in the spotlight like he was. Like, no matter how much the mind is willing, the flesh grows weak. So him and his Stone Cold story arc, like that was his pinnacle and that was the end. Time goes on and he's just going to keep getting older. So of course he was feeling himself. He owns a fucking billion-dollar company. Of course he said inappropriate shit. Because he's in inappropriate storylines under the guise that it's all for TV. But if you think that just turns off when he's in the backstage with all these people, time shows us it didn't just turn off. And he did do creepy shit. They also try to use basic biology reactions to their favor, but they liked it, because the body parts are designed for such and such, right? When you were working at Sears, your boss kept making comments about my body. Oh, it's just disgusting to read. One day he said something and told me I smell good, and I was uncomfortable, but I thought he was just being nice. So you just went along with it, and he's my boss. So I'm not going to think it's anything weird.
So that's 33 people not
That's
paying for the
gross.
starter, 30 not paying for the main course. I want all those 50 customers paying for the dessert. Yeah? Pull it back and let's get it together. Start clearing down, ladies, yeah? Let's go and get ready for the dessert, yes?
Next on the menu, Darren Goff balls me a googly in the recipe challenge.
If we did ballroom,
What the hell? What was any of those words he just said? Was it this guy's name and then a Englishy word? Hold on.
Next on the menu, Darren Goff balls me a googly in the recipe challenge.
if we did ballroom, well, you can be my bitch.
Cool, fucking hell, hold on a minute.
I don't even understand what he was talking about.
Diet superfood.
Push your fist, make another fist, and push down.
Balls me a googly, right? Right? He gave him the old balls me a googly. I don't even get it. David balls me a googly with the recipe challenge. What? I mean, Daniel didn't even know what the hell they were talking about. To present someone with a question, situation, or a piece of information that is surprising or unexpected, taken from cricket, in which a googly is a ball thrown counter to that which the batsman expects. I see. It's like pitches a hard ball through a curve. Right. All right, now I get it.
I think Darren Goff is going to change my mind. Ready? Ready. Good luck. Let's go. So whoever the recipe challenger is, they
So this guy's not from Smash
know
Mouth.
what to do. And Darren's decided to...
Somebody.
So what's the secret behind the dish?
Well, the reason I'm doing this one is because I don't normally...
You can always tell home chefs when they peel potatoes. Like, look at this shit. I would already be done. What are you doing? It's a potato. You just all the way around. Like, what are you?
I've never seen a fucking potato be peeled so slow in all my life.
But I'm doing it left-handed to give you a...
You have to incorporate balls me a googly everyday vocab now, right?
Well, I've got garlic in this, I've got a bit of chili, I've got onion in it, potatoes...
Oh, when I see him cutting shit with a paring knife like that, that shit drives me crazy too. And it's always the new guys.
Of course, the important thing is to cook our clams. A touch of nollie fry. And then lid on. Cook them quickly so they steam very, very quickly. And then take them out and turn them
That haircut reminds me of a younger you. His hair is...
into Strictly Come Dancing. We're a little bit
I guess it is like mine.
It was great fun.
I never wore 2 earrings, though. Just one.
And they raised a lot of money for charity, which was the
bullshit. What was your dance partner like?
Lilia was very good, yeah. She's,
Did you feed her your cod dish?
I don't think the husband would have been too happy.
I gave her the old cod dish, they said.
If I put you on the spot now, 1 minute. Just a move.
Just one earring can't go full Smash Mouth, right? That's why I kept it there. Just the one.
And across 2, 3.
Good to know that's where the line is drawn. Just overlooking this whole thing. I mean, I would wear a pink shirt, but not a pink t-shirt like this with no other shirt. There would be another accompanying shirt on the outside. I only wear just t-shirts on stream and like to bed. Well, no shirt in bed, but you know, getting ready for bed. I don't leave the house with just a t-shirt on. Never.
Really nice and sweet. Then I'm going to reduce the clam stock down.
Can I balls you a googly? Go full Smash Mouth.
Touch of cream, bring it back up to the bowl, and then just drop some really nice sort of basil leaves in there. Are you all right over there, big man?
I'm doing well at the minute.
Yeah? So you like dancing?
Yeah.
You got 2 earrings, you got a pink t-shirt, you play a girls' game. Anything you want to tell me?
It's what I'm called, and I'm quite comfortable with it. Metrosexual.
Oh yeah, remember when metrosexual was a word because gentlemen decided to shave every day and maybe use products that smell nice? Then they were just accused of being soft. Ah, those were good times.
It's a very simple dish. Where does the flavour come from?
Your stream buffered and you got back to see Gordon and the pink shirt dude ballroom dancing.
Well, I'd like to think you'd taste
3 shirts to bed, 4 for outside.
Finish off my cod with a sauce.
Gotta keep it warm.
And we just top the cod with the breadcrumbs. And then finally, just before they go in, we get some really nice aged Parmigiano and just great Parmesan over the top. Right, big man, I'm ready.
Not be long, mate.
How long?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Your gay college teacher called it Ryan Seacrest sexual. That is when it really started popping off. First couple of years of American Idol is when that was the vernacular.
Go to Parmesan now, then the tomato sauce on top, and then put it in. There you go.
Oof, I don't think cod and tomato sauce sounds ideal.
Holy shit fucking beats that. Yeah? I swear to God there's something wrong with their fucking taste buds, you know that? Okay.
And just haphazardly pour it out of a jar over everything too is kind of depressing.
Yeah? I'll put mine on the top. You put yours on the bottom. Good man. Okay, well done. Right, dessert. We've got this wonderful citrus fruit with a champagne sauvignon. I'm going to whip up the egg.
Champagne Sauvignon. You really should be cooking. You have more beef stock to make, a chicken stock, beef knuckle, and a tenderloin. I'm going to make chili on Sunday in addition to making all the cookies because I don't need the oven for the chili. So the house is going to smell like beef brisket chili and cookies. Can't be Italian, otherwise he'd be dead for using sauce out of a jar. Yeah, he didn't even doctor it up. Just straight up crack the jar open. He didn't even stir the jar. Or parsley stock. I did see that you did the parsley stock. You know what you call citrus fruits cut like this without any of the membrane on it? What are those called? There's a specific name for them.
With scrambled eggs. Now we're going to finish on a high and make sure every one of those customers pay the fucking bill. Now look at that consistency. Blowtorch.
Segments? No. Segments are the parts, whether they have the things on it. There's another part. They're called supremes. No. So if you order like grapefruit supremes, you get a whole big jar like just like that. With none of the membrane on it. So it's just the little juicy balloons. But it's easy to do. You'll see them. Well, see, they got it all over here already done. But when he did it, you just see where the white lines are on the fruit, and you just cut in on that. And it basically peels it while it's still in whole round fruit form. That's what Supremes is? It is.
Which often means a diet of salad, 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 or boring old chicken. But I've been told there's another meat out there that's even lower in fat. Auntie Janet.
Fucking goats and shit like this are scary. Like if they just decided to just get up and kick you in the face, I don't think you're getting up. And like once you're down, if you're on a knee, the ones with the horns, that fuck you up. UPP, back me up on this.
I could have been eating goat. I've missed a trick here.
Look at that one. That goat would murder you and everyone you cared about. Right? If you're just kind of haphazardly walking around and they smell weakness and one of them gets up on 2 feet and pushes you over, which would be easy to do if you weren't paying attention, then the ones with the horns now see you on one knee. They know you're weak. They'll blast you. Few of you are getting up after a forehead blast from a goat. Crimson would be killed immediately. Oh boy, I don't think that one's feeling so good. Ooh, what happened to his neck? I hope he's all right. Dinner was good, little back pat, why not? This guy doesn't look like he's feeling so good. Oh boy. Oh, it's just like a bird. You're just gonna push his fur right off. You're the same height as Rebecca. A 5'10"? Goats are demonic little shits. Sheep are dumbasses that often can't be bothered to keep themselves alive. Oh. You're Italian and we never had cod with tomato sauce? Though bits may have made it in tomato sauce or pasta that were part of a fish-themed dinner, right? You're barely above average for a guy. 5'7's guy height. 5'4 for women, 5'7 for guys. Which I'm shocked.
So the goat's legs are much smaller.
They're much smaller.
But the amount of fat is incredibly less, isn't it?
Yeah, the fat is stored in a goat around the kidneys. This is where most of the fat content is.
So when you're butchering it...
So tallow, when you see tallow, it's usually referring to the inner fat that's like that right there. So there's like the intramuscular fat that's on meat and this outside silver skin part, but then the tallow is what's inside around the organs. Like Buffalo Wild Wings, you know why it tastes different? Because they fry their stuff in beef tallow. And that's what McDonald's fries used to be fried in way back in the day. Back when McDonald's first started. I would love the time machine to go back and eat like a 1950s pork chop. Eat a 1950s pork chop and eat some fries from McDonald's. Totally different.
So I've asked my mate Harry.
You thought it was 5'8" or 5'9" for the guy? I thought it was 5'7".
Pub in South London, where goat is a regular on the
Goat farmers and sheep farmers have a rivalry that's worse than dog versus cat people. My dad used to work for a sheep farmer. There was a log in the field that the sheep were jumping over. Dad and the other dude moved it to see what would happen, and the other sheep still jumped as if it was there because they're first in line dummies. You're just thinking of Pilaf, funny. Talking post-Soviet eras earlier today, country ribs. Oh, Roy, what do you say?
I'm going to suggest pot roasting with just a few root veg. Stewing gets all the fat out. It'll lubricate it while it's cooking, then you can take that off for your meat.
And it'll make it tender.
That's it, it's going to be so easy.
All you do is brown the meat, add the chopped veg, the white wine, cover with foil, and slow roast until tender.
See, that's why Sunday dinner's the best. You can get up and just do all that, sear it, throw some chopped veg on there, pour some stock in, cover it, and put it in the oven for 4 hours. When you can smell it, it's done.
Take it to a group of people who are watching.
It's like what you heard of sheep's not leaving gates even when the door is open, right?
Very good for you.
Rice and orzo? Oh, that's nice. Oh, this is why I never eat out of people's houses. She brought in a fucking 8x8 fucking brownie pan of stew for 300 people. All right, everybody, get your thimble. Come on up and dip.
And I've been sitting at the typewriter, well, sitting at the computer for months, and my arse has gone to twice the size. So, I've been trying to find food that I can eat that's not chicken. It's boring, isn't it? So who's willing to try it? You're all going to try it because you basically want to eat food, don't you?
Sheep have a strong guess I'll die reflex. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying about like why I like going to the New Hampshire fairs and stuff. You see like these 16-year-old 4-H girls just throw a chokehold on a sheep and chuck them up in that like neck holder while they shear them, and they just sit there. They just they just take it over. The sheep are just like, well, this is what I'm here for.
You thought it was lamb. What did you think? It's ever so nice. It wasn't as fatty as lamb. It looks and smelled and tasty, but I find lamb ever so fatty.
Judging by my sample audience tonight, it seems to have gone down really well. And you know what? I'm all for it because anything that broadens a careful diet when you're trying to keep your thighs from looking like bridge supports is fine by me.
Wow.
So this is roast goat. It's been slow roasted, so it hasn't dried out. Now, what do you think?
Very, very good. Very, the texture's quite...
It's tender, isn't it?
Cairo Kitty, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. We're just watching a little Gordon Ramsay's F word. Probably do some Jackbox after this, a little bit. Then we'll see what happens.
Gordon, I know you're really busy.
Don't you worry.
Can I offer you a piece of goat?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's delicious.
Isn't it?
It's fucking delicious.
Jackbox, indeed.
Gamey, no?
Yeah. It's like lamb.
Nothing says fall like some Jackbox Party Pack games.
But the flavour's extraordinary.
It's really good. How would you cook it?
You slow braising like that or roasting. I'm fed up with seeing goat in a curry because I think it's a lot more flavoursome without having to.
I know also the curry takes away from the flavour of the meat itself.
Right.
Do you think the people in your restaurant...
But I feel like that's the same thing with Mexican food, right? And curry.
I think they would. I'll tell you what though.
It's like they're foreign dishes in the land, but like the meat part gets kind of hidden because it's such like strong spices used by both of them. Like if you had goat tacos, it would be good, but would you really be able to tell the difference? Like you get a goat curry, would you be able to tell the difference? No, because like the curry is so strong, and that's what he's saying. By the way, the guys who made Crash Word are working on a better version of Songlio. Oh my god, that's what Visser told me the other day. It's not going to be out for a while, but they're working on it. Yeah, we started playing a different Songlio clone. Guess the song. We can play that more tonight, too. Cairo Kitty, you've been lurking a bit here, and you've really enjoyed it. No problem. Hang out. Tell us what you had for dinner. You can ask me any cooking questions you might have.
Whisk, don't stop. Good. That's it. Excellent. There you go. Try and keep it in the pan. Up. Service, please.
That one's okay, but not really quite the same. Heard that.
Be accurate when you
It's not, and I think the problem with the guessthesong.io game in comparison to Songlio is the shortest amount of time you can have in the timer to guess the song is 45 seconds, and 45 seconds is way too long to make it any sort of game. You either know it or you don't after like 25 to 30 seconds, and then an extra 15 seconds on top of that is a lot.
Before you start glazing, Rebecca. Yes, come on, ladies.
It's different ways that you're not a fan of. You like the participation of choosing the song? Well, the problem with Songlio and choosing the song is it's kind of wonky, and it reads that you're disconnected when you're really not. And so, like, you go through the phase of everyone picking their song, but then, like, some people don't get in, so you have a room of 10 people, but there's only 4 songs we're guessing because the website thinks that 6 people disconnected, and they just need to make it better. But it's a good idea. Somebody just needs to fix all those problems. They're not problems, they're just minor inconveniences.
Now, time for the big fat Yorkshireman to face the music.
The big fat Yorkshireman.
I think it's perfectly seasonal. I love it. It's beautiful. No, I really like.
There's always that sweet spot with a new thing, too, is like, there's a couple problems, they fix the problems, and then, like, the 1.1 version of it is, like, fantastic, and then they start listening to too much input as the game gets more popular, and now it, like, takes away from the real part of the game. Now we got avatars, and we unlock new outfits, and it loses the essence of it being just a quick web-based party game. Songlio would be great without the bugs. I think it's the right amount of time to guess. The song randomizer is good. What's up, Neil? How we doing today? Oh, Gordon finally won one. Gordon lost the first 2 of this season, and he only won 2 all last season. Having it just be random songs or like top songs from a certain era, that's always good too, because picking your own within the theme, too many mistakes can happen. You don't mind the Name That Tune game, but I do know not everyone is a big music person. Is there one where it just, like, is there one, like, hurdle that's group-based like this? Did you see Jake was playing the, what's the dot game or whatever it was, where it was a screenshot, and then you make 1 guess per screenshot until you get it? That was good. There just needs to be other things like it. You were there that whole time? Oh, yeah, that's right. You and Kurt came in big, right? Kurt picked out, like, Simcopter or some crazy shit. Jack's, like, huge now.
Look at his cheese, Jack.
This is peak Gordon. You still play Framed? You find all those ones.
Jack was snuggling up with them the other day inside the pen. I came home last night.
The ones with the movie posters, You've never seen Simcopter? I remember it.
Do you like them?
Jack is in college by now? Jack's like 22 now.
Okay, but I don't want you falling in love with them.
Pick your own pig. It's much better than the Red Lobster tank. Do they have tanks at Red Lobster? Do you really pick it? No, there's no way all Red Lobsters get in live lobsters. There's no fucking way. That would be way too expensive.
When they grow up.
People in Branson, Missouri are not. No, they're not. Maybe in a few select coastal ones. There's no way.
Because we're going to eat them.
There's no way people are going into a chain lobster restaurant dropping $100 on a lobster.
I'm concerned that kids are getting too attached, so I've asked Hugh Furley-Whittingstall for his expert advice.
They're very nice pigs, aren't they? Hello.
Are they beautiful?
Hello, can we have a scratch?
They have them live there? Holy shit. How do they do that?
Right.
Yeah.
I told you not to name them, didn't I?
That's my own personal names, but the kids have
the kids have got other names.
Well, it's a bangers and mash, bacon and egg, and it's like, oh god.
What do the kids think's happening here? Do they think they've got 2 new pets, or do they think they've got some?
How else would they have lobster?
Coming in a few months' time.
The girls have started to sort of come to terms with eating them, but Jack is slightly more
sentimental about them.
very sentimental.
Just tails and claws, frozen halves.
Giving them cuddles.
Giving them cuddles.
Yeah.
Cuddle all the time.
You can have them when they're alive, like lobster thermidor style, just half the whole thing, and then freeze it. I mean, they individually freeze mussels. Mussels like the bivalve.
If you refer to the back legs as hams, rather than legs, they are the hams.
The hams is a good idea.
And the loin.
You've definitely seen Red Lobster. I've never been in a Red Lobster.
We're going to use tape.
How do they do that? There's got to be. I got to look this up. How does Red Lobster? How do they get live lobsters out to Kansas?
Isn't that simple?
That's an interesting cut. What is it?
Look. Susanna's not very happy having tape on her, is she?
But why did we need the tape?
Because we're trying to think of cuts. They're not called legs anymore. They're called hams.
Here you go.
Okay.
You mean the ham you eat?
That's right, the ham you eat, of course.
We're going to do it on your day.
To Kansas Red Lobsters.
Right. Okay.
Then, see?
How do they get live lobsters?
That's where the streaky bacon comes from. That's called the hand. Okay, where's your daddy's streaky bacon coming from?
They're chicks, which means 1.5 pounds to 1 3/4 pounds. Oh, Jesus.
Right, so we got it now. We understand our cuts, yes?
The lessons.
Not available for raw purchase. Oh, that's different.
Yeah, they've got to grow big so then we'll get more.
Put them in a tank and a truck and ship them there. But Carla, you're aware of the exorbitant cost that would be. I understand how to pack and ship a lobster, but I'm saying for a non like Las Vegas, like for just regular people to go into a Red Lobster in Kansas, you gotta pay to ship that lobster, and lobster here, where we're 20 feet from the ocean, is $15 a pound. So what are they paying 1,500 miles inland? And they don't get them shipped in from the north. They gotta come from east. So
In the moment, but I don't know if I'm looking forward to the slaughter, to be honest, because they're quite fun to have around.
they might have lobster farms more nearby those states. I don't think lobster farms is a thing. Salmon farms, yes. Lobster farms, no. I gotta find out how that, like, how do they do this? Well, why? But like, if you go into Kansas Red Lobster, what are you paying for a lobster out of the tank? $85? Doesn't seem reasonable. It doesn't seem to fit what like their message is. Tiny little shrimp, I get that. All the shrimp are like bay shrimp and shit. And
41?
Yes.
Why so many?
Once again, waiting time. And some people were expecting something a bit more elaborate.
The time issue, I can understand.
Yeah, definitely.
Simple and delicious. I mean, it was
they only had 9 people pay for dessert. Is that what he just said?
simple.
We should try doing a lobster farm on stream.
Was a joke. Yes, we got a little bit faster than
Olive Garden, you can pick your own olives.
for something so simple.
Doesn't somebody have a
With fried mushrooms.
olive bar type thing? So the Red Lobster down the road from you, live Maine lobster and 2 sides, is $38.99.
Wouldn't pay for the main course. And 41.
How do they do that?
So in total, there's 104 plates weren't paid for. That means only 46 plates across the board.
Oh my God, I thought these ladies did good, but the only reason I remember them is because they did terrible. Holy shit. Man, they made scrambled eggs and fucking Zavignon with
Dermot O'Leary takes me on in the recipe challenge with his Irish stew.
citrus segments, and they still couldn't get everybody to buy it.
Oh, fuck off, will you?
I've come up with a new way to flavour the pork.
I think it'd be nice just to feed one of them. It's a really nice beer, and just look at the difference in flavour when we come to cook it.
And there's a new amateur.
Yeah, near the end, he starts feeding the pigs, or I think it is one specific pig, beer and apples. I do remember that. Red Lobster has an endless shrimp to go in their website. How does that work? You come back every 20 minutes. You can probably just ask for a refill at the beginning. How do you fuck up scrambled eggs? Those ladies did it. All right, let's see. Let's follow HJ's link here and see. They must have their own boats. They must have their own closed little ecosystem. But fuck. Steak and lobster Wednesday. Plus, if you got a comp of lobster, there goes the next fucking 4 lobsters out the door. It's about fresh seafood in Wichita, Kansas. That's what I'm talking about. Let's take a look. You say something once, Mr. Ramsey, and you shut the fuck up about it. Four hours of travel time. Top of the boat. Yeah, but this is just an ad for like this restaurant. This isn't really like a logistics thing. We just got some guys. All this says is, we got some guys. Derek's went on to explain that this is a great way to deliver a great product to Newport's guest. There are some drawbacks. We're limited to whatever fish is in season, and certainly certain fish only have certain seasons. Catch of the day, yada yada. No one goes to Kansas. I'm just talking logistics. Because we're not even talking about how does it get to one Red Lobster in Wichita. It's then how does it get to the ones in Missouri, like anywhere out there. Wisconsin, anywhere with his Red Lobsters. And even over in California, those lobsters, maybe they sell the spiny ones over there, but the Red Lobster looking logo, those lobsters, those only come out of the Atlantic water. Those are cold shell lobsters. So you're not just going into the bay, into the Gulf of New Mexico or whatever, and just getting those same lobsters. It's not the same. Damn. It just seems super expensive. And I don't know how they do it. They just doggy trails of lobsters. They're just lobster cowboys. I mean, that sounds most believable. Let's see. You want to do Trivia Murder Party? No official release date on Jackbox Party Pack 9. Which worries me. I mean, it worries me in the sense of I hope it doesn't rain. Like, it's as worrisome as a cloudy day, you know. But it's like, why? They know they release them every fall. I think they usually come out like second week of September. And now they still don't have... They still don't have a release date for it. And then someone was asking them on Twitter, and then they started busting people's balls back. And it's like, maybe we won't release one. We'll keep this one for ourselves. Perfect. Keep this one for yourself. Fucking make sure it's good. Mid-October? Hold on, even though I've opened Steam up 6 times today, it found it's needed to update today. It was mid-October last year. Dana said to thank you for getting her into the wallflowers. You went down a rabbit hole. It looks like you can ship lobster as freight. They can be transported out of water as long as they're kept cool and moist. Oh, I know that they get them places. I know you can overnight but do you understand then they're already expensive and I live 5 minutes from the water. So I'm saying once you incur the expense of a styrofoam mailer with dry ice in it and seaweed, wet newspaper, whatever, seal it up and then ship it, times 20 lobsters, what do they send? 15 lobsters every 3 days? Like, how much do they go through? Like, what's the volume, whatever? But all of those lobsters now are $60 to ship 10 of them. I don't know, you know? So it's like, I know how they get there, but I don't know how the price isn't more than $38.99 for a lobster and 2 sides. Because I feel like it's like $30 here. So you tell me it's only a $9 difference and I live... This is my whole when I went to Ben & Jerry's and got thrown out because the fucking ice cream comes out of the tube in the back and you're charging me more than I got in my house and they had to put it on a truck. It's the opposite of the Ben & Jerry's story. Grandpa Jimmy gets all wild and riled up about his ice cream. You got to think, though, they're paying in bulk getting bottom of the barrel lobsters. You can go to the water in Portland and get $6 a pound lobsters. Right. But they... Cooper, you're right. What happened to the Ben & Jerry's store? I went to the Ben & Jerry's, we'll call it the factory. We'll call it the Ben & Jerry's factory up in Vermont. And then when I went to buy ice cream to bring back to the bed and breakfast, they told me that the price for one was more than I had paid for 2 on sale back home in Massachusetts, 600 miles south of where I currently was. And I proceeded to lose my shit. Because how are you charging me more? I'm like, it's in the back. It comes out of a tube. You just showed us the tubes. You just showed us where the ice cream was coming out of, and now you want like $8 a pint, and I paid 2 for 6 yesterday down 600 miles south from here. So I don't get how you're doing that to me here. The kid's just staring at me, and the more I get stared at, the more I'm just losing it. All right, are you telling me? Okay, so pay for the experience I get because they had like, not like a coffee stand, but like a milkshake stand kind of thing where they had their own special milkshakes that they would make for everything. That I get. I'll overpay for something like that because it's going to be a whole thing, but you're not going to charge me the same. I'll bring my own bucket and just turn the tube on in the back, and then I'll just get my ice cream that way. In Hawaii, the wine from the wineries was cheaper at Walmart. Right, so that's the same type of shit I would lose my ass over. I would go I went to Walmart and bought this bottle for $1 cheaper, and now I'm here. Oh, yeah, did you see Portal with RTX is coming back out? That's going to be cool. RTX is how they design, like, the light effects. What are we looking for? What Jackbox did we say we were playing, or did we not? Everybody said Fibbage. We'll play the Fibbage standalone. Fibbage XL. It's in the game. Talked to one of the Jackbox go-betweens, and she said the new packs are always the focus. That it's hard to get them to do anything else since every year they have to keep pumping out new content. The ray tracing on Portal looks amazing, doesn't it? Right? They did that with Quake a few years ago. They made a ray tracing Quake, and that was good. I have to watch Cobra Kai. I think I would really enjoy it. It's like self-referential that they know that they were overboard in the movie, and then now they try to make it more real. I Googled the other day, I said, how many people work at Jackbox? And then Google is trying to tell me 40 people work at Jackbox, which I still think is too many. And if there's 40 people working there, there's no way they're all full-time employees. And then there's no reason that you should have a company with 40 people making one game that comes out once a year and you still don't have a release date. All bullshit. But they don't have to keep coming out with one with every year. They came out with 6 good games. They probably have to do for sustainability. They have to get that initial surge of money to keep them going another year. They don't have 6-month backup plan of money. You think Jackbox makes that much? How many people do you think play Jackbox that aren't us? The answer is none. None people. All right, let's get this set up. Turn this over to here. The bird chirp sounds so lifelike. Old man yells at Jackbox. Exactly. Transform, fit to screen. Oh, you know what? Do I have the stinger? Oh, it should be on the same page as the backgrounds. That makes sense. That'll be all right. Boom. There we are. Port with RTX does look good. Right. It's just the little shimmery stuff. They said that they did redo it a little bit to make sure like it really affects the whole time. That's why they did the summer starter pack instead of just fixing the current versions. Right, they should have, the summer starter pack is a good idea for them to make more money, but they should have just released a bunch of download updates for everything that kind of did that and then just kind of put it on sale. But repackaging old shit to sell new shit, just, I don't know. Whatever. When I own a video game company, I'll do it different. I'll tell you that. Ladies and gentlemen, log on to your mobile device. Tablet. You can log in on the computer. Doesn't matter. Room code SSRV. The Russian recreational vehicle. Film Talk Hawkson. Skinny J. Zacatero. Neil. You want moderation? You gotta pay for it. Kyle is in. UPP LGs. Twitch login is required. Keeps the ne'er-do-wells at bay. Slightly. I never did get that hate raid that I was on the list to. Well, here's to hoping it's tonight. We gotta bulk up our ban list. Paleope. It's not letting you log in with Twitch. Don't matter. It's all full up. Exclamation point error. Who's who guy?
It feels so good to finally admit that.
8 players, okay, but please, no mosh pits.
That last guy? I don't know. Category Andy? We should watch the history of where the Andy moniker came from. Because the guy it's named after is funny. Trophy tie. Trophidity? Let's take a look here. First question.
A woman in Muncie, Indiana was hospitalized after trying to remove a callus on her foot with a blank. Now, use your device to enter a block.
You got their profile pulled up.
If you can't think of anything,
There are some people. You gotta be less trigger happy. There are some people that just kind of browse the Jackbox category. What was it, Uncle Na rule? Remember that Indian family that came in that time? And they weren't in chat? And they were playing pretty reasonably. But it was like they were playing in their house with us, but we couldn't hear them and they couldn't hear us. A woman in Muncie, Indiana was hospitalized after trying to remove a callus on her foot with a blank. Was she trying to remove that callus with a chainsaw? Did she try to use a goat? Did she use a fly swatter? Was it a set of prongs, propane torch, shotgun, screwdriver, scalpel, or a regular torch? What say you, chat? Get your votes in now. Still remember that one dude who completely fucked wheel for us? And now you have to spam click that one game. Pink and Sassy. Oh, didn't I have... That used to be on the board.
Okay, what did everyone...
Damn, what was it? Woman in Muncie, Indiana, she didn't use a chainsaw to remove the callus on her foot. If your answer comes up first for whether you voted for it or people guessed on it, probably not the winner. Oh yeah, the this or that guy. Now we all spam click it. That guy never came by again, so that whole thing could be a lie, but it sounded so reasonable. Muncie, Indiana, hospitalized for using a shotgun to clean the callus off her foot. Apparently there's a Discord group of a-holes trying to target Jackbox party games with slurs and crap.
Select a category.
Image board, off-brand 4chan being idiots.
Okay, here's the question.
But was the callus removed is the important question.
Team held a a contest where the prize was a voucher for a blank. Type in
Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, a minor league baseball team at that, held a contest where the prize was a voucher for what? What were we gonna look up? Oh, what that Fat and Sassy? Maybe it is. Maybe it's Fat and Sassy.
Hurry, hit the live for me button if you can't think
Oh, damn it! What is it? We're just gonna have some soups and breads and desserts and just be all fat and sassy.
Okay, which one?
Maybe it only existed on the button on the board and it didn't have its own. Yeah, maybe it didn't. Oh, maybe I didn't make a sound command.
He's fat and he's stupid.
The Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs minor league baseball team held a contest where the prize voucher was for a blank. Is that blank 10 pounds of bacon? Is it a funeral? Is it a rocket? Did you get a voucher for a pizza cutter? A voucher for a new truck? A Pizza Hut deal? No, Lurk is the quesadilla one, yeah. I think I only made it a button on the board because only I was going to use it at the end of the show. It's like the, yeah. 2 people didn't get their answers in. Couldn't be me. It was a voucher for a funeral. Film Talk Hawk, Skinny J, and 2 other people got it.
Like a minor league baseball team. And nobody picked the other lies up there.
Nobody picked any of that. LG's missing 2 from way downtown. We checked out the new games for 9, and Roomerang looks the most interesting. The rest, isn't there a new fibbage? The more I talk about it, the more I think I only had it as a button for the end of the show, and I played it before I read the recap for the day.
Story he was reporting on in 1955. Dan rather tried
The new fibbage is basically like the old ones. And that fibbage from back on like Party Pack 2 has that fibulator, which takes away answers or forces people to pick wrong answers or something. For a story he was reporting in 1955, Dan Rather tried blank for the first time. What did Dan Rather try in 1955? I think the easy answer is saccharin-based soda. Cocaina? Marijuana? KSSO. Group sex? You don't think Trophiety has put in an answer yet? 1955, Dan Rather had this for the first time. Crystal meth. He went ice fishing, suppositories, balut, heroin, ecstasy. He tried dancing. He tried on shorts, or he tried square dancing. Sorry for AFK, my internet dropped out. They're all watching you. Trophy tie. Everybody's so worried about outsiders coming in here and fucking up all the fun. They all have their guns pointed at you. Thanks for chiming in.
Let's see what everybody
We were worried for a second. What did Dan Rather try? Square dancing. Carla. Ice fishing. Neil said ice fishing. Film Talk Hawk says ecstasy. Carla's lie. Carla, do you know how to get ecstasy? You got a guy? Carla doesn't have a guy. Dan Rather tried heroin for the first time.
Boy, did he get higher than a rooster on a Sunday morning.
God damn.
And nobody fell for some of
I should tweet him this. He's pretty active on Twitter. I should go, you know you're a Jackbox question about using heroin in 1955? I gotta write a note. I'm gonna do that. I mean, I asked Tiffany Faison if those are her sneakers or not. She said they were. Anything to push business to the Twitch. It's the BDSM Tiki lamp. Where's Water Lily?
Select a category.
In 1955, you know that shit wasn't stepped on. They didn't even know how to cut it. You know what I mean? That shit was straight up. No, you don't have an ecstasy guy? Be a lot cooler if you did. Then we'd be over here making this bookshelf. We'd have tinfoil over the windows.
Type in your lies now.
We do some E, we ride it out for a little bit, we agree on an album to just lay and look. and listen, touch the rug will be the greatest thing you've ever felt in your whole life. You just go, man. It's always smooth things. I'm like, man, this is the smoothest thing I've ever felt. Then we put that bookshelf together, smoke some more weed. Then our kidneys would be fucked for like 2 days. But, you know, you're all right. I'm going to ask Dan if this is true.
Okay, here are your choices.
It's going in the notes. The inventor of the laxative X-Lax has the unusual name Max Dandruff. Is it Max Shits? Max Dose? Max E-Pad? Max Lax? Max Bowel, Max Colon Blow, Max Kiss. Sounds like a blast. Carla, I don't know if you can handle drugs. I don't think you're used to drugs. I don't think you're around drugs. I think you would freak out, and I think it would be a whole thing. Just you would be like trying to corral kittens and chickens with you. The inventor of the laxative Max Lax has the unusual name Max Colon Blow. What a reference, a Phil Hartman SNL spoof commercial from 29 years ago. Max Kiss, Skinny J, Zagatero, and UPP all nailed it. I added the Colon Blow commercial to watch. Glad someone put Lax. Max Lax. Mass Kiss My Bowels. Zagatero in the lead, UPP right behind. Skinny J one back from that. And then the wheat from the chaff gets separated and the scores fall way off once you get out of the top 4. Colon Blow was hilarious. It was.
For $180, the Shizuka New York Skincare Salon offers an unusual but traditional Japanese facial that is part rice bran and part blank.
Oh boy.
Your lies now.
Get ready for a bunch of skeet-related answers to this. For $180, the Shizuka New York Skincare Salon offers an unusual but traditional Japanese facial that is part rice bran and part blank. Get your answers in now.
Use a suggestion if you can't think of anything.
What do you think it is? Get him to guess.
Okay, here you go. Find the truth.
Do you think this traditional Japanese facial that is part rice bran and part rice water, part wasabi, part bird poop, it's part maggot, it's part emu urine, it's part mayonnaise, part shite, part vomit, or is this traditional Japanese facial part rice bran and part skeet based answers to this?
Okay, let's take a look.
Gamer Tricks Pizza time. How we doing today? It's not part emu urine. Neil missed it. Vomit. Is it part vomit? Carla went for vomit. Carla's like, I'd let someone throw up on my face. But you don't want to mix in cold vomit and putting you on you. That's disgusting. Right out of the tap, it'd be fine. Because it would just be in the moment. You wouldn't have time to freak out. Zach said wasabi and UPP says wasabi. LGs fell for it. Two different people. It's a big net. Part bird poop. It's all them right there.
Although I know a guy who only charges $20.
Two people went stereotypical, right? Rice bran and wasabi. Why not? That would probably burn, wouldn't it? It would just rate like Vicks. You put Vicks vapor rub on kids' eyelids so they don't wake up while they're sleeping. Look, if you're not going to put gin in their bottle so they just pass out and go to sleep, you put Vicks vapor rub on their eyes, then they can't open their eyes. Just a little bit on the lid. Tiny amount, it's fine. They used to beat him with bricks in a sock. You know? Carla, pro tip. Jackbox doesn't put shit for their answers. That's true. Ben and Jerry only started making ice cream because it was too expensive to make blank. Ben and Jerry's listening. Jackbox is listening. They're all listening. They're like, let's freak this guy out. Boop, bop, beep. They go in there with the computers. It's too expensive to make heroin. Then you come to find out the secret theme from today's show, heroin. Exported ice cream sales. Cork soakers. My grandmother used to soak a cork. Her grandmother used to soak a cork. Ben and Jerry only started making ice cream because it was too expensive to make bagels. Skateboards, it was too expensive to make meth, cocaine, chocolate, yogurt, cycling gear, it's too expensive to make handcuffs. You know, all this hubbubaloo, it's too expensive to make frozen yogurt.
All right, let's see what everybody picked.
Check it out. Ben and Jerry's only started making ice cream because it was too expensive to make chocolate. LG's falling for it. Handcuffs, Hawk falls for Zacatero's big lie. Cycling gear. More importantly, unicycling gear. Should be half the price, right? Frozen yogurt. No, Skinny J's lie. It was too expensive to make bagels. Skinny J, Zach, and Trophy Ty.
Although I'm sure chocolate chip cookie dough bagels would have been delicious.
I saw today Panera Bread has a cherry vanilla bagel. They need to knock that shit off. Cherry vanilla, flavor the cream cheese, don't flavor the bagel. You know why I've never seen cherry vanilla bagels? Because it's stupid and it doesn't work. Should make regular bagels and then have all the other flavors that you want in your cream cheese and spread that on there. I'm going to give you blueberry and I'm going to give you cinnamon raisin. There's your two fruits. That's it.
What Dr. Edgar Parker legally changed
Cherry vanilla bagel. Right, it's a bagel, not a donut. It's just not the flavors that go into a dough. You love a good jalapeno cream cheese, but you hate those jalapeno bagels. Exactly. What Dr. Edgar Parker legally changed his first name to in order to help his dental practice. Dr. Isaac Yankum, DDS.
Hurry up, use a suggestion if you can't think of anything.
Won't stop the beat and go!
Dr. Edgar Parker legally changed his name in order to help his dental practice. Changed his name to Not Scary. Changed his name to Happy Ending. Dr. Edgar Parker said, Uncle Canine Peter, painless, good, soothing, toothless. I did add the dancing rabbit. I forget what it's called though. I think it's called Bunny Jam. No. Oh, you know what? I also added it, but I don't think I synced it. Yeah, it still doesn't. Panera is the national name for St. Louis Bread Company. Shouldn't trust Missouri peoples with bagels. Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't come up either. Dr. Edgar Parker legally changed his name to this, the Soothing Dentist. Do you think there's a dancing blue soft-shell crab somewhere? What did he name it? Painless. Painless was the truth. Everybody dogpile in the first place. Final score, I think it's going to be a tie. LG's took a terrible tumble off of the swing set. When I woke up, I was in here. Zagatero gets the win. Painless Parker. 5 likes for Neil. UPP right behind. Skinny J right behind that. And then it falls off big. Well played. What do we want to play next? Kyla with the 10 bits. Thank you so much. What should we play next in the Jackbox Party Pack universe? Oh, it's already 9:20. Man, old man Jimmy sure did go on for a long time there at the top of the show. Going on about work and people. Eating up all of our Jackbox time. How dare he? Quiplash 2? Can we get a TMP 2 maybe? Alright, let's hold up. Hawk says, well, Neil says quip. Hawk says quip too. So we'll do quip, and then we'll do. Let's do. Okay. We'll do quip and Trivia Murder Party 2, and then that should take us to right about 10 o'clock. This is a solo. Hey. Whoa, wait. All right. Where is Quiplash 2? Jackbox. No, Fibbage 2 is on 2. Jackbox 3. We'll let this play while we go. Don't stop. Can't stop. Don't stop. Yeah. Going downtown. If I could have a confetti cannon that shot out parsley, that'd be nice. Don't stop. Painless Parker was way back in the 1910s. All right. Log into your phone or mobile device. Go ahead and enter in the room code. Well, first you got to go to jackbox.tv, and then you do MBUC, and then bada bang, Film Talk Hog Driver Seat, Skinny J right behind, Crimson Crossfire, Roy Johnson, Lucas is in. Check out the corn dogs in the white van out back. Is that code? Is this more of the heroin sales talk? You would get on that if you were computer illiterate, though. In that case, you would also make 8 figures. Dare to dream. Neil's in. You're checking out for a bit. There is no later, Zach. Yesh. Creme fraiche sticks. Why, like, I wonder if the Laffy Taffy wrappers stick to it right out of the factory. Like, does it stick to the wrapper because of mishandling? Like, did they get too hot? And then when they solidify, they grab some of the wrapper? Zach's gotta go see some corn dogs. HJ's in. One more. Do you need Big Daddy Jimmy to get in there? It's a race. Oh, wait. There he is. You wonder if we'll get a Jackbox cartoon in the future? We get all these crazy characters. That would be something, right? Isn't there a pop song where they keep shouting one more time? Yes. The Hustler's never coming back, Carla. They didn't pick it up. But you're right. It came out in the fall of last year. But they didn't...
I'm Schmitty, your host
They didn't pick it up for a second or third season. That was like my favorite show in recent memory. I still think about it. I'm like, man, that sucks. That show was so fun.
Oh, I'll give you hugs.
Here's round one. Two prompts will
Yeah, I posted the news in the Discord when I found out, and I'm like, son of a bitch. But I don't remember when they didn't pick it up, but they definitely didn't.
You score based on the percentage of players who like your answer. Plus, there are winners bonuses at stake. Go.
All right, we're in. I can't say our first part here. Let's see. What do we got?
Audience members, while players are typing in their answers, try the audience play along.
Didn't I show episodes of it on stream? I sure did. We watched it all together and tried to guess. I did a lot of predictions for that. Ashley's here. Hi, Ashley. I miss that show too, Carla.
Oh, not a white refrigerator. Girl, please put your shoes on. Let's go find you a home, honey.
Ashley. Hello. Shit. I'm slacking here. Oh boy, that was bad. All right.
Okay, pick your favorite and vote.
The worst office has a view of the boss full spreading his ass cheeks, or the worst office has a view of Kathy Griffin's existence. My God. Such anti-Kathy Griffin sentiments here in 2022. I didn't realize she was still relevant. Do all the kids know who Kathy Griffin is? She used to be a really unfunny comedian. Now she's a really unfunny reality host or show person. Is that a Family Guy character? I wish. You saw her on Whose Line? Oh, really? She's not funny. She's like a storyteller type comedian. She's not like, you know what grinds my gears? She dated Steve Wozniak for a while. She had a reality show, like My Life as a D-list celebrity or whatever. Very few funny female comedians. See? Some solid life advice. Never trust Jamie Oliver to make a good recipe, or never trust the Amish. Everybody gets on the there's no funny female comedians. And while there are funny female comedians, I always sum it up with this. You never go into a bar and hear a bunch of people having a great time down at the end of the bar. So you walk down to see what gets closer, and as the crowd parts, standing in the middle of a bunch of guys is a lady cracking jokes. I've never seen it my entire life. So does that mean that all women are unfunny? No, but
Okay, vote.
a good joke to say while you're tied up in the basement. So, what's cooking, Jimmy? Or, when is it my turn? Very few funny American female comedians. Also true. I don't dip my beak in other, let's say, nationalities' comedian talent pools. Roseanne Barr is funny. Like, Kristen Wiig's funny, but she's not a stand-up comedian funny. It's different. Like, Tina Fey's funny, but Tina Fey's not stand-up comedian funny. When is it my turn? That gets the win. And your hero, Jimmy Mack, brings it back. Was Wanda Sykes a comedian before she was famous? No, she was a stand-up first, and then she started doing TV shows. Just like Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey was a stand-up for a long time. There's some solid UK European female comedians. I usually don't like to watch other countries' comedians because I feel like there's like nuances in the humor that I'm not getting, and then I unfairly judge them, so I just remove it completely from the list. The secret of Frosty the Snowman is that he thought all those kids were assholes, or the snowman has no soul. Get your votes in now. Option 1, option 2. Where did everybody go? I went with thought all the kids were assholes, but Lucas, he said has no soul. That's going to get the big winner points there. Give him another stamp there, maybe 100 for winning the round. There it is. You open the Pandora's box with your Kathy Griffin burn. You watch Taskmaster. Every person on show is hilarious. That's it. Taskmaster's funny. That's a good, funny show. And everybody in it is funny, like, in their own way, and they're all different types of funny. But they're not like that goofy serial one-upmanship funny. They're just genuinely funny people. The last thing you want to find in a vacuum bag is a dead kitten or another smaller vacuum bag. You get 2 sets of points. Well, you get the points from winning the round, and then whoever wins the round gets an extra 100 tacked on. It's not forced. That's the right word, Roy. A dead kitten in your vacuum. Tried to shoe on. We're gonna have Kathy Griffin related action for the rest of the evening now.
More money, more blank.
You watched a few episodes.
Vote now.
Have you been keeping up with Taskmaster News? Oh, there we go. More money, more problems. More money, more Twitch subs from Lemmy Ann. What's it going to be? I mean, one of them is... both of them are fact, I guess. More money, more Twitch subs from Lemmy Ann, or more money, more problems. If you haven't seen Taskmaster, it's like these comedians, and then this guy comes to your house with a little, like, task for you to do, and it's all about how the individual person tackles the task. I said problems because I was running out of time because I was fiddly fucking around with chat. Isn't there a button for that?
You would have gotten that question right if you weren't fiddly fucking around in chat trying to be funny.
Jeez. If the Pied Piper really wanted to impress us, he'd get blank to follow him. He would get Jim McGloin to follow him, or he'd get all the royals to follow him. I do follow a lot of people, though. If you had the chance to get on any game show, reality show, it would be Taskmaster. The show looks fun as hell to try. That's true. If the Pied Piper really wanted to impress us, he'd get lobsters to follow him. Cowboy style. Little saddles. Little tiny cowboy hats. All the royals. You got one member of the audience voting for Roy Johnson. Lucas is over there, but all the winners over here now. Give him that stamp, 100 extra points. Take it to the back. Skinny J, rub it in how good the answer was. What's a murder weapon they should add to the next version of the game Clue? They should do the Bible or a rolling pin. Both of these are good, but they're like actual answers. The murder weapon that should be added to the next version of the game Clue, rolling pin, in the bedroom, up the bum. No. A murder weapon that should be added to the next version of the game Clue. Lucas says rolling pin. Neil says Bible. Bible thumping would have a whole new meaning. Rolling pin is going to get audience points. Frying pan, so you can add a thunk sound effect for comedic appeal. It's true. I think a rolling pin or a frying pan. Severely lacking in the options in Clue. Let's take a look. How'd that first round? You don't have to worry about the first round because second round, all the points are doubled. Crimson Crossfire. Barely holding on to first. I think the points are evenly distributed here in this first round. Try to focus up. Bring the funny. Continue on with the musica. Now you watch me type my answers in real time. Huh. And you're playing with yourself, and you had to purge your international TV collection. You had over 300 gigs of stuff I clearly was never gonna get around to watching. Maybe you could ask to be put on Joker's Plex machine. Tell him to load it up, and then it'll just be there forever. Here we go. Round 2, all points are doubled. Let's go. What should be dumped on the losing coach at the end of the football game? You should dump some shame on him, or you should dump the team on him. I mean, I'm glad there's no tinkle or cum reference. We are really growing as a people. You guys got a lot to be proud of today. You know how easy it would have been to say a bucket full of piss? Super easy. You could have easily have said a bucket full of my hot jizz, but you didn't. You took the higher road. Film Talk Hawk said shame, and Neil said the team. How do you dump shame? Good job, everybody. I'm expecting lots. Anytime Jackbox posts something, and it's like anything that could become, it's come for 1,000 posts on Twitter. It's hilarious. The worst children's game. You've heard of Hungry Hungry Hippos. Well, a terrible one would be Hungry Hungry Syrian Refugees or Hungry Hungry Fat Kids at Cheesecake Factory. The restaurant or the factory where they make cheesecakes. It's a worst children's game. Syrian Refugees, Fat Kids at the Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory is no joke. Syrian refugees. Are there still active Syrian refugees? Or just all the attention focused on the Ukraine now? I mean, I guess there's always refugees. There's always someone being oppressed that needs to get the fuck out of here.
A disturbing thing to see your kid making out of clay.
No, they're all dead? Seems right. I'm not going to fact check that. I'll just go ahead with it. A disturbing thing to see your kids making out of clay, latrine mummies, or soft shell crab innards. This is UPP, and that's Lucas. What is a disturbing thing to see your kid making out of clay? Oh no, someone else did it instead of UPP. Oh, there it is. Latrine mummies. They remembered. They remember UPP had to spend some time sitting out in the woods keeping possums from digging up all the latrine mummies.
How can you tell that your toe is infected?
Sounds like a creative writing prompt, doesn't it? All right, here it is. You're in a lawn chair in the woods, excavating an old site. Latrine mummies. You got to keep an eye on it. What happens? How can you tell that your toe is infected if your sock is the only thing holding it on, or the smell is worse than normal? What say you? You knew it was me and you voted against me. Hey, I go by the winner. I feel it in my heart. The Lord Jesus Christ guides my hand to the correct answer. If your sock is the only thing holding it on, the smell's worse than normal. I couldn't type because the prostitute sucking on it says it tastes different than it did last week. There's not enough room, so if I can't come out with a gold, I come out with nothing at all. HJ knows I only have 3 stories. The worst person to sing the James Bond theme, Machine Gun Kelly or Tones and I. Oh boy. Don't spin all the stories at once. The worst person to sing the James Bond theme. Neil from the audience saying William Eyelash. You think you lost this one? Well, you're not currently in first. The worst person to sing the James Bond theme, it's Machine Gun Kelly. Is there lyrics to it? Oh, there is, isn't there? I didn't even think, I just thought it was the music. And then Duran Duran had that one song back in the 80s. That was when it was still Roger Moore. Shut up, Grandpa Jimmy. The weirdest song that could play during father-daughter dance. I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem, or it's raining men. I tell this story a lot when questions like this come up. I was catering a wedding once, and the father-daughter dance was Desperado. I don't know. I don't know either. Desperado.
Fucking shit!
Why?
Thank you.
The weirdest song they play during a father-daughter dance. I love bad bitches. That's my fucking problem. Tones and I, literally so annoying. You don't know how it's so popular. Is that the Dance Monkey people?
Okay, vote.
Is that the Dance Monkey? Oh, oh. It is. I'm halfway through The Bear. It's not a bad show. No, it's a good show. We watched it in the Discord, right? We didn't watch that on stream. Something to stuff a bra with if you're in a hurry, your boyfriend, for on-the-go motorboating or dirty clothes. It's a dirty bra stuffed with other dirty bras. It's gonna be split here. Fitty. Started on stream and finished in the Discord. So yeah, I use that sneeze button now. Now you don't have to hear me expel air out of my nostrils. Because you didn't like how I didn't talk during it? Oh, that's right. Does the new Hell's Kitchen start this week? I have no idea. A good name for a roller derby team composed of nuns, Sisters of No Mercy, or the Bad Habits. What do you say, chat? Renegade Nuns on Wheels. That's a movie. That's not really a roller derby team. Of course they're on wheels. It's roller derby. It's implied. None your business. Bad Habit is by far the best answer up here. Sisters of No Mercy. That sounds like a biker gang. Roller derby team, the Bad Habits.
Round 2 is now complete. Let's see where we landed.
Revenge again. Lucas, I don't currently watch Hell's Kitchen, even though I was on it. I haven't watched it in a very long time. I have no interest in it. I don't. That's why when you're like, do you ever see the egg that this guy made? I didn't. And if I watched it on stream, when I stream stuff, it streams in my brain too. It happens and then it goes away. I don't let it write any hard drive space. You hope for a nun stable that just destroy all the women in wrestling one day, right? The Sisters of No Mercy. Any last words? You wasn't sure if you watch it. You can still post the clip if you like. I mean, you can. Participation is always welcome. Do you remember the 27th night of September? See, it doesn't work. Any last words? And then what? What? No. No. Look.
And here's what you did. In the final round, you can give out 1 gold, 1 silver, and 1 bronze medal to your top 3 quips. Make them count.
Any last words? You die now? Bad Habit is a great pun, damn it. Take it to the grave, baby. You know that 20, you got that $20 you owe me. I was the one on the grassy knoll. What's it behind my head? There are no funny female stand-up comedians. No, I'm on a first words basis. No last words, just first words. Have you seen the new Hell's Kitchen episode? Can I get this outfit in brown? 4 reasons. Probably because you're about to shit your britches. You get 3 votes here. Sprinkle them about. 2 for the first one. 1 for the third. Whatever you need. There we go. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, who's taking home some medals? First, the bronze. Silver.
Points go out here. Some here. Gold goes there. Where is... Roy Johnson's got a lot of thirds, but no firsts. Let's see how this all pans out. And I forget where the standings were. Starting it up. Paleope is my legal name. Oscar Paleope. That actually ain't bad. It's got a nice ring to it. It's not quite glamorous enough to be like a drag name or like... But Oscar Paleope, it's good. I don't know in what context, but don't throw it away. Keep that in your back pocket. Midwestern Paleope. This game is glitchy. It seems stuttery, right? And that ain't me. All right. Where are we all at? Oh, did I add this?
Listen, why don't you close your legs before a bat flies out of your baby hatch, girlie?
See? Can I balls you a googly on why that's a good name?
First question.
It just sounds... It sounds just fake enough to be real.
Which of these is not one of the 4 fundamental forces of flight?
There's 4 fundamental forces of flight. Which one of these isn't it? Is it balance, lift, drag, or thrust?
Answer the question.
Crimson's gonna do that balls you a googly over on Pickled stream. And no one's gonna know how to deal with it.
Who got the question?
Balance. Seems like it should be balance. It's not. Like 3 people got it right.
The rest of you, it's time. Welcome to room 105.
It's weird, right? This is definitely not the computer or anything, because like the sound isn't all fucked up.
A new tattoo by drawing on your device.
I'm not one of those guys that just ramble about shit that only I know, the streamer doesn't. Hey Jimmy, do you know about the anime? What's it called? You don't? You gotta watch out. Those are the people that take over. Because no one's there to stop them. So they just dump everything they know about certain things.
Oh my goodness. I've become a work of art. Now vote for your favorite design.
All right. A, B over there, C, D, and E. You stop them on Pickled, you're like, nobody cares.
Vote already. What did we decide? You should really consider using a stencil next time. Time for a little pay back.
This has got to be them or something, right? This is all super slow and weird. Because it's not me, because the sound's not stuttering. If it was the program, then the whole sound would be weird. But it's got to be doing something on their end. And then you cursed it by saying it at the beginning.
Hey look, I made the elevator a scoreboard moment. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, this is crazy. This is going to take forever. It's like you're in a dream and you're trying to throw a punch and it's like you're underwater.
Which anime
Oh, speaking of anime, Crimson willed it into existence. First the Ben and Jerry's thing, now the anime reference. Which anime series features Mikasa and Eren fighting skinless giants?
Almost out of time.
She is the one called Sailor Moon. The elevator took as long as an actual elevator trip. It's Attack on Titan.
This. One of you is still alive. Come with me. Welcome back to the killing room.
I don't know if it's gonna stop. I don't know what we do. But this is literally gonna take twice as long as it normally would. I feel like it's going half speed. But then like the audio's never skipping or pausing or doing anything weird. So I really don't understand.
I will kill you. And it's already begun. The rules are on your device now.
DJ Donnelly, 1994, 2 years after I graduated high school.
Sometimes I worry that I see.
You're upset? Oh, here we go. Why upset?
You know, maybe I'm overthinking it.
Yes, of course.
Rule time is coming to an end. There's always someone out there better at following rules.
I mean, I get it. I put the puns in the stream title. It's what I attract sometimes. But you can see clearly now that Lorraine has gone. It was good. It's a groaner. But we enjoyed it. It's a joke, not a troll. No, I get it. But usually when people first come in and they're like, hey, guess what? Everybody pulls their guns out and it's focused on you.
Throw me a frickin' bone here.
Let's keep moving.
I expect nothing, and I'm still let down.
Each of these countries' flags has 3 horizontal stripes.
Which country? It was a good one, DJ Donnelly. I did enjoy it. It's too long for me to steal and use as a stream title, but I did like it.
Get off my plane.
You were hoping to get a leak bit there. Weren't any crispy? Oh, then crispy leaks are great. They are. Which of these countries' flags has 3 horizontal stripes? It's Italy, Belgium, Austria, France. Horizontal. Those go like the horizon. Left to right? Like this.
Who picked this?
You just got the joke. You thought you were just a cheating douchebag. Right, that's the other thing. It references an old song. So first, you would have to realize that it's not a troll, and then you would have to put it together that it was a reference to a song from the 1970s.
Ugh, this one is heavy. Pick the same elevator, and you all live. But if there's a split decision...
Is this still super slow, or am I just running out of patience? Everybody to the left, to the left. All the little guys in the box to the left.
I moved here from Canada, and they think I'm slow, eh?
I mean, if I just pull the plug, it's over.
Uh-oh.
It is so bad, I want to give you a 0, but that's not possible. So I give you a 1.
You ready to call it? It is crazy.
I look like a jackass.
Let's just do it. Well, I don't know what happened. And we did get to right to 10 o'clock. It's unfortunate. I really don't know. But it ain't me. I'm looking at all my resources, everything. It's got plenty. Everything is all set. It should have plenty to do it. So I'm going to blame the Jackbox end. It was fun playing anyway. We had a nice little almost 3-hour stream today. Yeah, I would restart if it was earlier, but quite frankly, I got Splatoon 3 to play. There's the new Fortnite. I mean, you don't call it new Fortnite maps, but it's a new Fortnite scenario. I want to do a couple Fortnites. I want to play some Splatoon. I got all this. I got to be in bed by midnight to then just get 6 hours of sleep. You know, Gamer life. You were fine with it? Didn't know you played Fortnite. There's some games that I don't play on stream that are just like for me.
Come here.
Oh, I'll give you hugs.
And most of it's first person shooter stuff. But like I'm not good enough to bother playing on stream, and I don't want to play and then like talk over it or any of that. There's the specials. The non-streaming baking stream this Sunday. You can hang around the Discord. I'll post pictures. I got myself a convection oven. It should help. If this convection oven works and cooks things the way I want, then it will cut down drastically on my baking time. So then next month for October, I will probably set up the kitchen with the cameras to then do the baking stream on cam then. So that's it. Here's everybody that's going to get the cookie box. It's Jake Twitchin, Lemmy Ann, The Nurse, Kat, Rianne, Waddles, Cheap Ass Gamer, O'Connor, Carla, Candable, Sweetface, and Zacatario. I have to finish putting together all of the mac and cheese powders that are going in this month's cookie box. And then all we have to do is come over here, read off all of the exciting stuff that happened today. Pink and Sassy followed. Cairo Kitty followed. Who else? Is it going to make me log in all this? I made a test batch of the mac and cheese the other day, and it was really good. No extra liquid of any kind. I have powdered milk in it, so if you just leave a little of the pasta water in it, like I kind of just dumped like half the pasta out, and then just put it right back in, and then put the powder right back in. Oh, it's the Patreon.
Eat bread and desserts and just get all fat and sassy.
That's why, because I didn't call it Fat and Sassy. It's the Patreon shout out. That's it. So let's see. This all started 3 days ago when Jenny0313 followed. Lemmy started off the show today cheering 1,000 bits. Zacatero resubbed for his 22nd month. Carla cheered 10 bits. Lemmy gifted a tier 1 sub to Rebecca. Cairo Kitty 369 followed. Pink and Sassy followed. And Carla cheered another 10 bits. You knew it was one of the regular commands. I know, it didn't even occur to me when you said, but I thought Patreon did the cookies, but it's not. There's the cookies that still does a Patreon link. That's the cookie. Oh, that's the Corky Romano.
Hey, you guys want some cookies?
That's the Patreon that we've been using. That's it. That's it. There's a guy playing Trombone Champ. It's a trombone rhythm game. You know, it sounds just crazy enough to work. It's 3 separate cookie lists. There might be. I might add another tier to the Patreon where we have dinner, where I set up a camera and we either make dinner together or we just eat dinner together. I've been toying with that idea for a while. That's too big to just do with channel points. That's got to be a money thing. And I'll set my camera up on a little tripod like what this thing is on, and then we'll just sit and eat. You can tell me about your day. It'll be like a real live boy experience. Who else do we got? We got anybody? I told you, they got that Japanese kid that is the come with guy. Some days, like when I'm stressed out at work tomorrow, I'll just put up a Craigslist ad and be like, you need a come with guy? Soapy Sensei, we know that guy. Senpai Selection. Oh, D Bakes is still on. Let's raid D Bizzles.
So now I actually know what it feels like to be a teacher. Who's like,
I don't. All right, let's do this. All right, guys, that's it. You can come into the Discord. You can hang out. The Discord really is just one rolling long conversation. Wait, why does it say D Bakes is not on anymore? Oh, wait. Is she not? No, it's, why is there just a... Oh, because hers was D_Bakes, and I have to go do shit? So you have to go do shit so you have new stories? That's funny. All right. Raid. It's funny too because as a goof, you can raid even if you're not a streamer or anything. You have like a streamer, like your own page set up. All of you do. Everybody has a twitch.tv/ in your name, and if you really want to like fuck around with a streamer, you can go to your page and do /raid and then the person, and you'll get a raid message and it'll say now raiding with a party of 1, and then it forces them to like say your name and interact with you. Here's a little tip from your Uncle Jim. All right, let's go do this. I have subs to D-Bakes for 25 months. You do that sometimes? I do it just to be an asshole. I'll just be like, it seems a little flat out here. Let's get a raid going. All right. D-Bakes is a close personal friend of mine. I've met her in real life, and I dodged her meeting her the last time in June because I had to drive down to Rhode Island to live in a hotel for a month to train for my job. But that's a different story for another stream. Let's get out of here, go over, we'll see D-Bakes. Have a good rest of your night. See you around the Discord. I'm going to go do drugs. Bye now.
Listen, why don't you close your legs before a bat flies out of your baby hatch, girlie? Listen, why?
I was not